to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Ingalls studio,
WPEK Fairview,
WMXF Waynesville,
W225CJ Candler,
the #1 preset in your car, and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. That's GRAND. Enter it now.
Go to ESPNAVL.com to play, and good luck.
Live from the Ingalls studio,
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
the Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dog see! Let him on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh, my God. The Jets killed him.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app, and we are seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, and you can join us in the chats each and every day. And today is
Football Friday!
It is indeed, coming to us from the NFLDraft.net Mullet Manor. It is Jeremy Green himself, Mr. Flostradamus, and guess what? We start off a Football Friday, Jeremy, with a Super Chat.
Money from the money tree. Fall on me. Life's a lottery. Oh, 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 oh.
Sir Jimothy with the first Super Chat of the day.
What exactly is it you'd say you did there?
What are you talking about?
That is an abomination that needs to burn it. Burn it right now. That is, oh my God, that is awful. Was that Buddy Holly's little brother?
Yeah. That's Richie Holly. That's Richie Valens and Buddy Holly. They in another universe. Sir Jimothy says less than 1 week. Let's go. We are less than 1 week away from NFL football, ladies and gentlemen. The Hall of Fame game. This is a funny week. This is always a funny week of the year where we sit here and yearn for preseason football. We just want to see the first snap of the new season. So everyone has hope.
So
and then 70.
We vehemently talk and we have strong opinions and we pound our chest about something that we're not going to watch. So the NFL preseason and the WNBA are the exact same thing? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
98% of us are going to check out after the first series on that Thursday night. But
ooh, what's the name you have to hear? What name do you hear? Because I have one in my head. It's the Chargers and the Lions? I keep forgetting that. I think we've done that same thing 3 shows in a row.
Yeah, Chargers and the Lions.
What name do you have to hear is in the game before you go, I'm out. I'm good. I don't need to watch another second of
this. Taylor Heineke.
Oh, no, I watch Taylor Heineke. No, I'm really? So starved for sports. I watch Taylor Heineke. I watch Trey Lance. I watch Hendon Hooker. I watch Kyle Allen. It's the other quarterback that's the name that I'm looking at.
DJ.
When I hear DJ Uiagalelei has entered this game, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. I don't need to watch another second of this.
No, my threshold is much earlier than yours.
Oh, I like preseason football. I'm upset that we don't have any preseason games on the Living the Dream tour schedule. And I say that until I look at the rest of the schedule and go, I think we're fine.
I think we did enough.
I think we're good. I did what, 3 preseason games last year? I did one with the Titans, one with the Falcons, and one with the Panthers. And that would, if I had done that this year, that means that my fun time would be over next week. And I'm not mentally prepared for that yet.
No, you should not be. Look, preseason is the time where only, a certain percentage of people have to care about this. Obviously, like the GMs and the coaches are included in that. The players, obviously, the ones that are on the bubble. And there's the nerds like you. It serves your purpose. I think there's a large portion of the rest of us that go, okay, I'm not making it to halftime. Once you get into the third stringers, I think I've lost all hope or all interest. Not hope. That was the wrong thing to say. But I've lost all interest at that point. Like the Cleveland Browns, I guarantee you I will not be sticking around to see Shedeur Sanders taking snaps.
I'll watch Shedeur. I'll watch Shedeur for sure.
I refuse.
I'll watch Shedeur for sure.
Because why? Because you just want to see how bad he is?
No, I want to see how he plays. And look, there are a lot of things that I glean from the preseason. I've told you some players over the years that I saw some things and went, hey, he might not be terrible at football.
Mm-hmm.
But on the broad strokes, I don't really care about the starters. I'm more looking at the backups.
Mm-hmm. You want to see how deep these teams are.
Yes.
I get it.
That's what I gleaned from the preseason. I don't care if you win because a lot of these games go the same way. The starters play a series. The backups come in for 4 or 5 series and beat the better team beats the high holy insanity out of the lesser team. And then the undrafted free agent guys come in, and of course you're better because the best undrafted free agents want to go to a team where they can make the roster.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about that. The outcome doesn't matter. It's the meaty clackers of a preseason game. That's what I'm looking at.
It's the second and early third quarter.
No, a lot of times it's the end of the first, the full second, sometimes beginning of the third. About the time I start hearing names like DJ Uiagalelei or let's find one from the Kenny Yeboah. That's another good one. Zach Cunningham. Do you know he still played in the NFL? Neither did I. Learned that today. He is a third-string linebacker for the Detroit Lions. Avonte Maddox. Mm-hmm. He's on the roster for the Detroit Lions. That's another fun game for me to play. Hey, you remember when we talked about Broderick Martin for way longer than we should? He's the 8th defensive tackle for the Detroit Lions. The kid out of Western Kentucky that I like. Yeah. He's still in the NFL the same way that you and I are in the NFL. They still invite us to stuff. We're on the periphery, out there in the peripherals, but we are in it. We are in it.
We are indeed.
Let's go.
Yes. We have a big announcement coming up at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Huge. It's one of the biggest announcements we've ever made. It's fantastic. It's the best. I did it. You can thank me. He watched. Made stupid super chats while I was doing it.
Why did Donald all of a sudden show up?
I don't know. You were talking about it before the show. And it's
like
Beetlejuice. You say it enough times, and I will appear.
I guess he's. We're just doomed. He's never going to shut up. We've got the big announcement of the Living the Dream Tour 2 coming up at 2 o'clock. We'll be announcing all of the dates that are confirmed on the trek here.
We have 12. We have 12 announced dates, and I really need to cover this off the jump. There are more dates on this that we have not been able to confirm either through the school or through the venue yet. This is not the final schedule. I'll say this is release 1. because here's what we need to know. We have 3 vans that can go to not any, but a lot of these games. We need to know if we need 1, 2, or 3. So we're going to float the first 12, see what we have a Google form where you can submit your interest, tell us the games that you would in theory want to go to. We'll talk about pricing. We'll talk about what you get. We'll talk about all of those things. And then we're going to give it like a week to breathe to see what the interest is. If we start selling out games, because there are 12 spots in every single game. If we start selling them out, then there might be a little audible and we have way more. If it's, we're getting 6 to 7 apiece, okay, then we're in the right area.
Right. Just getting a head count, basically.
Yes.
I like it. Okay. All right. We've got 12 dates confirmed, starting with a huge one at the beginning of the season. Are we going to announce that? Have we already announced that?
What did you say? I wasn't listening to you.
Opening weekend, have we announced? We didn't announce that, did we?
Yes, we've announced where we're going on opening weekend.
Okay. All right. So opening weekend, you can probably deduce where the first one is.
All 6 of them would be. All 6 of them are possible.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I suppose. Thursday through Monday is that big first weekend, the opening kickoff weekend. On the road, starting in Raleigh on Thursday night with NC State. Who are they playing? ECU?
East Carolina, yes.
Okay. So we got the rivalry game of NC State and East Carolina on Thursday night. And then we've got the rivalry game, quote, I'm doing the quote, air quotes for the radio audience when I say it like that, the rivalry game. We got the rivalry game between Appalachian State and Charlotte. When did that – they're trying to push that as a rivalry now. And
it's a geographic rivalry.
I guess so.
I would say that's more of an academic rivalry because there are a lot of people, at least that went to high school with me, that decided between going to UNC Charlotte and going to App.
Really? Okay.
I could probably tell. Now, I will say this too. My 2 best friends on this planet, one went to App and one went to UNCC, and they both considered the other one.
Mm-hmm. So we've got that in Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte on Friday night.
Which will be
Appalachian State and Charlotte.
Awesome. We have really good access to that game, just to be clear.
And then Saturday morning in Atlanta is which game is that?
Tennessee-Syracuse.
Tennessee and Syracuse.
I will be
Chick-fil-A kickoff.
I will be the most obnoxiously dressed man in the entire city of Atlanta. The white trash cowboy is coming out to show his Tennessee love, and it will be the most orange place in the history of time. And I'm going to be loud. I'm going to be loud, and I'm going to be obnoxious, and there's going to be a cowboy hat involved, and I may have a nip out of a pair of overalls. I see all of these things as potential. I will already be very tired, and the worst, and the most strenuous of it will have only just begun.
Oh, God. I hadn't even thought about that. That place is going to be gross and orange. Ugh.
Oh, and I'm going to publicly shame you while we're in Atlanta. Just, hey, Tennessee fans, he's a Bulldog fan. Take him in the alley back there and beat the pee-pee out of him.
I'll wear my Georgia jersey and my Carolina hat. How about
I got
that?
a camera. I'll film it.
Yeah, gross. So there's that one on Saturday morning. Then Saturday night, Death Valley, the Clemson Death Valley. You have the other team from Death Valley coming in, LSU and Clemson. Sunday, there's another game back in Atlanta, Virginia Tech and South Carolina?
Yes.
Okay. And then Monday night, Labor Day, is the kickoff game of the Belichick era at Chapel Hill, TCU, North Carolina. It's 6 games in 5 days. Jeremy is trying to kill me.
Well,
I'll never forget right at the end of the NFL draft when it was all over. The last pick was made. We got all the things packed up and got back to the manor, to the what was it, the Beaver Creek Social Club.
It was the Snake Trail Pleasure Club.
That's it. We got back to the mansion in Wisconsin, and Jeremy looks at me and goes, "You know what? Next year, we're not doing this much." And it was 2 weeks later. It was 2 weeks later where he said, "Hey, guess what? You know that thing I said?
I lied.
We're doing more."
The 5x5 came up. That was the first meeting I had in the offseason because we meet with the sponsors. We meet with all of the people that make this engine go. And I don't remember who said it first, but the first time I heard you could do 5 games in 5 days, it's 1,700 miles, but you could do it physically. And I went, that's our hashtag Built Different Kickoff Classic right there. And from there it was, well, that's what you're doing. But I didn't mean to say yes to that, but you did. You did. Now that's what we're doing. And then we found out there was a 6th game, and it became 6 and 5. Yes. And I'll be honest with you, I don't want to look at the schedule anymore because I'm afraid it's going to be a 7 and 5.
Mm-hmm. Don't look at the schedule again.
I don't want to, but I'm not the only one looking at it. So,
so anyway, 2:00 this afternoon. Stick with us here on ESPN Asheville. We'll be announcing all of the dates that you will be able to join us on the Living the Dream Tour 2. TOO. You get to come along with us.
Something we have teased for a long time is finally going to happen, and it may happen 2 times in 2 weeks. That's all the information I'm going to give you.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
And he has the schedule.
I'll be just as surprised as you. Yeah, that's right. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
With some incredible starting pitching and a roster
clear.
Don't ever count the Atlanta Braves out.
And the first pitch to Acuna, he swings, he drives one. Is this real life? It's a home run by Acuna. Holy smokes!
Join us for Atlanta Braves baseball all season on Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville.
Our coverage of the Braves brought to you by Parks Ford of Hendersonville, home of the Parks Promise.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Gear up, music fans. Hyundai is back as a proud partner of the 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Join us as our electrifying all-star lineup hits the stage like never before.
Join iHeartRadio and Sarah Spain in celebrating the 1-year anniversary of iHeart Women's Sports.
With powerful interviews and insider analysis, our shows have connected fans with the heart of women's sports. In just 1 year, the network has launched 15 shows and built a community united by passion.
Podcasts that amplify the voices of women in sports.
Thank you for supporting iHeart Women's Sports and our founding sponsors, Elf Beauty, Capital One, and Novartis.
Just open the free iHeart app and search iHeart Women's Sports to listen now.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert, guide you every step of the way. Whether you're searching for your dream home, looking to sell quickly, or exploring investment opportunities, I've got the experience and the tools to get you the best deal possible. Call me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty at 828-774-6343. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. I'm your trusted realtor. I'm making moves and making dreams come true.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
At Ingalls, we're proud to work with hundreds of local farms and businesses in the communities we call home. Not only does it ensure that you get top-quality, fresh items for your family table, it's a way for us to support the amazing individuals who pour their heart and soul into delivering the very best they can do. Quality, freshness, community, it's all in the bag. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
The Sportsocracy.
That is some good, clean family fun there, eh, Cot?
We're back in the Sportsocracy. It's ESPN Asheville. It's a football Friday. And Will Workman earning points in the YouTube comments. He says that the App State-Charlotte rivalry is as one-sided as the Inca-Irwin rivalry in football. For those of you not in the Asheville market, listening online, Irwin is the school that I went to. And I can't tell you the last time that Inca beat us. But that's like the hated rival. That's the neighborhood rival, the geographic rival. I remember when they used to have, I guess they don't play it every year anymore, but the Reynolds-Owen rivalry. I remember covering that game. And every year it was 65-12. Reynolds just in a different class. Just because you live next to each other, it shouldn't necessarily make it a rivalry.
It means there's some good old-fashioned hate.
There is.
And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for groups that don't like each other. We're looking for places that we can have some good food. We have a challenge for this year. We're going to try to find the hottest chicken wing in every city that we go to.
Boo.
I'm very excited about that one.
Yowzer.
My stomach lining, not as excited.
I was going to say, those ulcers are not going to like that.
It's fine. Hashtag built different. I'm a dude with ulcers that drinks nothing but Miller Lite and Fireball.
Right.
I think I'm fine.
Workman also brought up in the chat, though, I had not seen this before he brought it up. So there's now talk that the Tar Heels are going to the SEC. They're exploring a jump to the SEC.
Yeah, let me.
I mean, haven't they been doing that?
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me explain. I'm going to draw you a parallel. I love analogies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a married man. If I wasn't, I would be exploring all of my avenues to my next wife being Jessica Alba.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean she's interested. It just means that I am trying to find any way that I can get her interested in me. That is the parallel that I will give of North Carolina is investigating a move to the SEC. Ooh, You know who else is investigating a move to the SEC? Every single team in the ACC. All of them. Not nary a one of them is not going, how can we get there? That would be swell if we could. Carolina has some advantages that maybe some of these other schools don't, because not only are they good athletically, and they're good in basketball and a handful of non-revenue generating sports, and they have some hype behind the football team now. They're also really good at academically. So I've always said Carolina would be more appealing to the Big Ten. The SEC does not really care how good you are academically. I mean, for the love of God, they have Florida. Any conference that has Florida does not really care how good you are academically, considering that the entrance exam is, can you spell your name with this crayon? I said that in front of in front of a Florida alumni the other day, and I went, oh, I didn't know that's where you went. And then she laughed really hard, and we became friends and had a beverage together. And I went, right, that went better than expected.
Well, I mean, let's not pretend, though, like North Carolina is not way more appealing to the SEC than at least 75% of the ACC.
But they don't have room for that. They don't have room for that. That's all right. And I said this in our group chat this morning. You got to understand, the Big Ten and the SEC right now, as we sit, are already at the size we were talking about super conferences being 15 years ago. It's not like they're going to have 30. At least not yet. As long as the NCAA is the parameter, they're not going to allow you to go but so large.
20. I always thought 20 was the settling number.
I think we're going to might be a little higher than that.
If we're going to end up with the super conferences, then 20, and then say 24 in each conference.
24 is the number that I've had.
There's plenty of room in there for North Carolina. I don't think I could get to. Okay, who are they?
All right, so the Big Ten's got 18.
Yeah.
The ACC currently has 18. The Big 12 has 16. I don't know what does the SEC have right now. I get this number
18.
wrong every time I say the SEC.
They have 16.
Yes, they have 16.
Yeah. So there's 4
more. I don't
more.
see a path that the SEC goes all the way to 24. All right, so let's be real honest. If there are, we'll say 6 spots in the Big Ten. By the way, can we change the name of the Big Ten since it has 18 members? Just something that irks me every single year.
Sure.
The SEC has 4. So that's 10 spots. Well, you're divvying up 10 spots between Florida State, Clemson.
Yep.
They're both more attractive than – I mean, those are the 2 pretty girls at the dance right now.
No doubt.
Then you've got a series of North Carolina, Miami. I'm going to put Duke in that. I don't know if I should be.
Oh, I wouldn't think so.
They have a lot of money. They're very good academically, and they do bring basketball.
I'd put
which basketball does bring some money. It's not nearly as much as football, but we make basketball, and I feel like you and I do a bad job of this. We started making basketball sound like it's water polo, and it's not. Like the third most attractive thing you can have is basketball. Now 1 and 2 are way up here, but it's still attractive.
Wait, what's 2?
NIL money.
Oh.
Football's 1, NIL money's 2, basketball's 3.
Okay.
Now,
like, there can't be another sport in there.
No, there's not. But what I just said about NIL money is it's really important because there are a handful of schools that none of you ever talk about that are way more attractive than you think they are. Texas Tech is way more attractive than you think they are. Oklahoma State is way more attractive than Texas Tech's going to be really good in football this year.
That's what I'm saying. We're about to find that out with all the transfers that they brought in this year.
They spent a bajillion dollars.
Oh yeah, and they could very well be the player in the Big 12. I would throw SMU in there before Duke.
SMU brings a big market. SMU also brings a stigma. Academically, I would say Duke and SMU are more equivalent than you think.
Yes.
I like you said, I would put SMU in there ahead of Duke. I can't put them ahead of Duke. I think Duke, NC State, SMU, Virginia Tech, Houston. There are a couple others that I want to say. I just don't think they're quite there. They're in the same boat. Did you hear the story about Memphis?
No, what happened at Memphis? Another scandal?
So
Shocker.
Memphis wants to not be in the AAC anymore.
Okay.
They called the Big 12,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, we want to be members of the Big 12. What did they offer them?
What did the Big 12 offer?
Mm-mm. What did Memphis offer the Big 12?
Oh, I don't know.
$200 million. Cash. They offered them $200 million cash. They take a denigrated amount of revenue from the conference for like 20 years, and the Big 12 still said no. You have $500 million that you are bringing to the table, and we're still good. We're good because over the life of this deal, that's not going to pay off.
Jeez.
Oh, and by the way, it wasn't like a, hey, let me go think about it. It was an immediate no.
No.
That tells you where schools like Memphis, and I mean, I could go a lot of these.
Yeah.
Y'all are doomed. I mean, I hate to tell you this. You are doomed to be the B tier of college athletics moving forward.
Forever.
You and I were talking about this executive order that Trump signed about NIL. There's a reason that the NCAA is pushing for that. You hated it and thought it was overreach and all of those things. I'm looking at it from the business perspective of if something like that had not been done, we were headed down a path where about 70% of athletic institutions were going to be so non-competitive that it's not just you're not relevant to the national title scene, you're not relevant to anything. Mm-hmm. You're going to be the low A ball of college athletics. And I understand why there had to be an impediment. By the way, who do you think was calling the White House and asking for that? It was the NCAA. Because they're going, you know what? The member institutions, we have some here that they're getting way too big for their britches. And I'm looking at Texas, Ohio State, Tennessee, handful of others that you got a lot of money, you have a lot of boosters, you have a lot of alumni, and we can't contend with that. I mean, we cannot contend with that if there is not a backboard here somewhere.
Right.
So now you have all of these teams that are still pretty girls, Carolina, Florida State, Clemson, all the ones that we're talking about here. They're trying to figure out where do we land. And I got news for you. This story is going to come up about every 3 months for the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we get closer and closer to the member schools in the ACC being able to bail out, they'll bail out for nothing. And that $200 million offer that Memphis gave to the Big 12, I hate to tell you this, but that's about what it's going to cost you.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Brett Friedlander and a bunch of other college beat writers, Paul Feinbaum, people that work in college football, that were saying, this is a disgrace that Memphis would ever do this. Nah, dog, they're just in front of you. No, they're just ahead of you. Because all of the people that have a seat, it's like playing musical chairs. When you play musical chairs, every single time we do this, the chair goes away. Well, here's the problem. Now we're actually making chairs. And we're making chairs for whoever benefits us the most. And nobody that's really out there is greatly more beneficial than the next. Florida State, I think, is probably the most attractive school that's not in the SEC or the Big Ten right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also a booster of that school, and I can tell you there are some drawbacks. Academically, not nearly as good as some of these other schools that we're talking about. Just not. That's not an opinion. It's a fact. Check the APR. Check the academic progress or academic rankings. Check all that. It's not an opinion. It's fact.
Yeah, nobody. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, you say that. Tell that to a Florida State alumni and listen to what they come back to you with. We have the greatest underwater basket weaving program in the country, and nobody cares, Dale. Nobody cares.
The rest of us know that.
Clemson's in the same boat as Florida State. Athletically, you are cash cow revenue generators, but you're going to hurt my APR. You just are. You're going to hurt it by comparison of a North Carolina, a Duke, any of these prestigious schools. I would lump Louisville into Clemson and Florida State. I would lump Memphis on the much lower side because they have a ton of money because of FedEx and AutoZone.
Mm-hmm.
The owners of those two companies went to Memphis. They're from Memphis.
Yep.
They have all the money they could ever want, and they have nowhere to spend it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with the college landscape right now. That's why that executive order came down. That's why all of these people that are movers and shakers in this business are going, we have to figure something out. I know people think that I'm the doomsday Stuart Little, the sky's falling, when I talk about college athletics. I don't think you understand how bad this is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you understand how uneven this playing field is and how much money there is to level it. This is baseball in 1997, and the difference is we have 50 versions of the New York Yankees.
Right.
The problem is that 25 of them are playing in the minor leagues, and they're trying as desperately as they can to find an expansion franchise. What does everything I just said, what does that all tell you? It's going to grow, it's going to swell, and it's not going to be the way you think. Carolina's interested in the SEC. So is Florida State, so is Clemson, so is Louisville, so is half the teams in the Big 12. The other half are just reasonable, and they know, we don't have the money. Why is BYU spending money the way they are? Why is Texas Tech spending the money that they are? Oklahoma State's been doing it forever. There are a handful of others that are spending money that I don't think you understand how much it actually is.
Well, you got to try to be relevant.
The baseline that I heard on Texas Tech, and this was from an NIL agent, they've spent $50 million cash on the team that they're putting on the field this year. And I know you get terms, and you see DraftKings and other places that put out numbers, and I don't know where they come from. We talked about Ohio State had put that much money into their team. This is what I was told point blank. Texas Tech has put in $50 million cash. Not necessarily directly in the pocket of athletes, but between marketing, between actual cash payments to players, and all of the things that go into it. You gave athletes $25 million. That team did not cost $25 million. It cost way closer to $50. Because you had to get them in here somehow. There's a lot of $100 handshakes. There's a lot of $500 meals. Mm-hmm. There's a lot that goes into that.
Mm-hmm.
There are only so many teams that can compete.
Absolutely.
North Carolina is a beautiful brand that doesn't have that kind of money behind it. So you hear these stories about they're interested in the SEC. That's all well and good. They all are. Let me cut off every one of those stories between now and 2031. They're all interested. The question is anybody on the other side interested in you, and how are you going to make it make logistical sense?
Right. North Carolina is a huge brand that I would think there would be a bidding war over these teams. I'm not saying just North Carolina's at the top of the list. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I would think that the conferences would be open.
How much
to all
more money?
Applicants.
How much more money do the Big Ten or the SEC make by adding North Carolina?
Oh, I have no idea.
I would argue it's not 1 red cent.
Nothing? They'll bring nothing to the table.
How much bigger can you get? You already dominate Saturday television ratings.
Mm-hmm.
You think adding North Carolina is going to add anything to that? Your basketball rating number is so low that it doesn't move the needle. We don't care. We don't care that you bring 2 million people on a stray Saturday because our advertising dollars aren't enough for that to matter. What matters is what can you do for me in the fall? Does North Carolina do a damn thing for you there? Not really.
Not yet.
Not really. You say not yet. I mean, I hate to tell you this. There's only so many dollars to go around. And every single year, every one of these big schools, your Georgias, your Texas, your Ohio State, they are shaking the trees of the biggest sponsors in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And look, if you don't believe me here, just understand I talk to a lot of these same people too because I run the marketing for this show. I have to talk to these same people for the exact same reason. I know what's happening. I know how big these asks are getting. There's only so many people that can give you that much money.
Sure.
And they're way more worried about established brands than they are about what North Carolina could be.
Mm-hmm.
I will make a claim right now. You write it down. You can write it on the wall. I don't care what you do with it. There will not be another entrant to the SEC or the Big Ten that doesn't cut a 9-figure check to get in. You're all too similar. Memphis just broke the mold because they told the Big 12, which on the grander scheme of things doesn't mean squat. The Big 12 is closer to the Sun Belt than they are to the Big 10 or the SEC. If you don't believe me, go check their television numbers. Mm-hmm. Go check the contracts. Go check how much they make. I went to a school in the Big 12. They begged and pleaded on their hands and knees with the backing of FedEx and AutoZone to give you $200 million to get into a conference that doesn't really matter. What do you think it's going to cost to get into one that does?
Mm-hmm. And it'll all be worth it in the end, won't it?
The
price you got to pay to get
depending
into
on the price.
You got to pay to get into the club. That's the way it works.
I would kill to have
right.
been.
That's capitalism.
I would have killed to have been in Greg Sankey's office when he opened up his computer, and I believe it was either Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't remember which day. When he opened his computer and saw the headline on ESPN.com, the Big 12 turned down $200 million from Memphis for member entry in the offseason. I would have killed to have seen his response. And I'll go ahead and tell you what it was. I can't tell you it's verbatim what he did, but this is the broad strokes of it. I'll bet you he opened a drawer in his desk, pulled out a Cuban cigar, went over to his wet bar, poured a nice little cocktail, and said, "Damn, it's good to be king." Because if you're willing to give $200 million to get into an irrelevant conference, what will these schools that actually have that kind of money pay to get in here?
Right.
A Detroit fan man said, "I didn't even know the Big 12 still existed. Kind of thought it just evaporated." It did. It evaporated into the air of irrelevance. Because if you don't live in those markets,
still exist.
If you don't live in those markets, where do you even find their games? Big 12 game of the week. Where's it played?
No clue.
Exactly.
Fox Sports.
Big 10. The Big 10 game of the week. Where's that played?
Fox.
Big noon kickoff.
Yeah.
Game of the week in the SEC. Where's it played?
CBS.
It's on NBC now.
Oh, that's right. They moved,
but it's 3:30 in that window. Yep. Second best game from the Big 10. It's in the 7 o'clock window. Second best game from the SEC. It's in the 7 o'clock window on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the ABC game. That's another big rivalry or big game of the week or anything like that. Big 12 games. There's no inventory for you.
No, you get FS1.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where I watched Texas A&M or Texas Tech. Probably I watched last year.
You're eating from the kiddie table of the NCAA.
Mm-hmm. Of course they are.
And Memphis was willing to pay $200 million to get to that.
Yeah.
I would argue. I think a membership in the SEC or the Big Ten over the life of the deal, and a life of the deal I'll say is 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more movement in conferences than people think if you go back and look at how this has gone on. I would say the value of that 40-year spot in the SEC or the Big Ten is worth $10 billion. Between exposure, success rate, all of the things. If you put an actual valuation on it.
Right, so why wouldn't I pay $700 million right now to be a member of that club?
Well, A, they have to take your money, and B, you have to find the money without becoming completely irrelevant. Because whatever you pay to get there is money you do not have to build up these rosters for the next decade.
Mm-hmm.
South Park just got $1.5 billion to go to Paramount Plus.
I saw that.
It's a brave new world, brother.
It is.
This is the whose line is it anyway of budgets. The numbers are made up and the dollars don't matter.
Right. Good night. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. Way past the break. We'll be right back.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Ooh, I blew through that bad
Your
boy.
mountain weather forecast.
A hot knife through butter.
Yeah, you did.
14 minutes I went over
Wave
there.
precipitation. That may be changing as we get
go.
into the afternoon.
You started launching into it right at 30, and I almost cut you off to go to break. But then I thought, let's see how long this goes. I should have cut you off.
I'm glad you did.
Early for your Friday evening plans. Overnight 68. Afternoon storms scattered around tomorrow 90. A chance of storms in low 90s on Sunday. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stage.
This report is sponsored by North Carolina Department of Transportation.
Each year, about 2,000 pedestrians and over 800 cyclists are hit by cars in North Carolina. You can change this. Drivers must yield to pedestrians, and cyclists must obey traffic laws. Visit watchformenc.org.
Back to school is on the brain. That means new notebooks, pencils, new everything. And while the kids are getting ready to get book smart, it's time for you to save smart with Straight Talk Wireless. Switch now and get a free Moto G 2025 with 5G when you activate select plans. Now that's a smart call. Get Straight Talk covered by Verizon's 5G network. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Offer valid through 10/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Purchase of gold unlimited plan or higher required for offer. Must activate the plan in-store at Walmart. Cannot be combined with other offers.
There's an app for your music, an app for your photos, even an app that tracks your steps. But only one app brings you the live radio dial and lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets you can tap anytime. The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in Asheville has two things that all Sportsocracy fans crave. Bold flavors and big portions. Oh, yeah. And they've got the balls. Bear's famous bear balls are packed with mac and cheese, pulled pork, cornbread, and deep fried and then topped with bacon and cheese sauce. This is the place to be. Live music on Saturdays and the first Sunday of every month. They partner with the Guitar Bar to host Mr. Jimmy's Barbecue Blues. Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in downtown Asheville and South Asheville.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment. Committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Looking to buy or sell in Asheville? At Clarissa Sells WNC with eXp Realty, we're proud to be the #1 real estate team in Buncombe County. Give us a call, 828-774-6343. We're here for what matters most, you.
Welcome to the Ingalls Table, a delicious destination with recipes galore. Need to whip up a dessert, entree, side dish? No problem. The experts from the Ingalls Table take you through it step by step with expert tips and advice along the way. Find the Ingalls Table at ingalls-markets.com or swing by the store and pick up your free copy of the Ingalls Table magazine. And let's get cooking. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
It is ESPN Asheville. We're back in the Sportsocracy. And, man, I don't have as good of a story today as, Todd Bowles telling Desmond Watson that he's too fat to play football.
Are you not going to tell the WNBA story?
The WNBA story.
Yeah, I'm not going to do much on this. I would love to have a 5-minute sit down with the marketing director that thought it was a good idea to put a bunch of WNBA players on a billboard that said "Let her cook." I don't know why you thought that was a good idea. I really don't. But
I mean, I get what you were trying to do there.
Me too.
But you ought not to.
Yeah, this is why. This is why you have to say things out loud before you put them out there.
That is unbelievable. I mean, people make mistakes. Look, it happened in my personal life. I lived down in Charleston when the Davis Cup once put up a billboard, and for those of you who don't know, the Davis Cup is like I think it's a pretty sizable women's tournament. Mm-hmm. It's not one of the majors, but
it's not it's not a women's tournament. Just so you know, they have a women's version and a men's.
Oh, is there a men's tournament as well? Anyway, they put up a billboard right outside of downtown Charleston as you were driving into the city on I-26 that had a picture of Anna Kournikova, and it said, "Women were born to serve." And that did not go over well.
No.
That created a massive stink with all of the women's rights organizations in the city of Charleston. That was a topic on the afternoon political show for a week. It was all we talked about because you had to have like the Davis Cup people come out and apologize for their, oh man, it was just, sometimes people make mistakes. And I will say, this is a rare one. You just let her cook. Yeah. No. Jeremy, the outside story that I wish I could do, but I do not. I'll be honest with you. I do not know enough about it. Even reading through 2 articles about it, I don't know how this is all coming to pass. I don't like having a president that gets involved in the sports controversies. Right? I didn't like it when we went through the whole kneeling thing and he kicked up the dust on that, Colin Kaepernick and all that. I don't like the Commanders thing. Like, that's just, to me, that's just not how you're supposed to use your office. And this, withholding federal money from colleges if they don't do what you want them to do, I don't like the way that works. It's just, to me, that's not American politics, and that's not how the system was supposed to be built. And I can remember a time when those of you who like the moves were saying the same thing about the other side. I just want to throw that out there. I don't try not to get political on the program, but to me, it's a little disingenuous. It's okay if my guy does it and not the other guy does it. We can leave it at that. I don't need to talk about it any more than that. It's not the policy that it's not the policy that I'm against. It's how it was done.
The policy is not bad. The policy is not bad. It's just it's
right.
Very...
I mean, the policy could work. Like I said, I've read through it twice, and I really don't understand the inner workings of all of it. But if it helps get a rein on college sports, it could be a good thing. Again,
my story is not a good thing, and it also comes from college football. It's about the Memphis Tigers, with whom we were just discussing. They had a defensive back named Taj Rael. He apparently was a little bitter. He's a little bitter about not getting to play as much as he wanted. Well, he's also friends with UTSA quarterback and son of former NFL quarterback Josh McCown, Owen McCown. We now have leaked text messages. He sent all of the defensive signals of Memphis to UTSA's quarterback.
Oh.
With instructions of like far leftist coverages. I'll send you a better list showing you the call. These are direct quotes. I'll send you a better list showing you the call. They run quarters and none of the safeties can cover, by the way. No reroutes on the slot. The field safety is the weakest link in the defense. His hamstring's hurting, but he's running out of eligibility. So when you play him, he's number 0. Those are all messages to Owen McCown from a defensive back at Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
No doubt.
That's a big, by the way, UTSA won that game 44-36.
Right.
I don't even know what to do with that. I mean, obviously the kid can't be on the team.
No doubt. If I find out who that was. Oof.
Well, I mean, we know who it was. It was Taj Rael. I know exactly who it was. He is at Purdue now. Does Purdue have a duty to kick him off the team?
Yes, I would say so.
I don't think they necessarily have to, but I think they should.
I think they should.
I think it would be hard. It would be hard
absolutely.
for me, as somebody that's been in locker rooms, as somebody that's been a coach, it would be hard for me to go into my locker room and go, no, you should trust this guy here because he loves you. I mean, don't look at his social media because it was just blue washed for, I think it was 2 years that he was at Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some issues within. You can dig deeper into that story. It's not really worth talking about. But I think that's a big deal.
Absolutely. I would not have a guy like that in my locker room.
Is that a bigger deal than the Terry Rozier thing? If you don't know, Terry Rozier is a guard that used to play for the Hornets. Now he plays for the Miami Heat. He had a game sometime about 2 years ago where he was hurt. He went into the game hurt. Some better somewhere bet 37 times on all of his unders to the tune of like $13,000, and he went out of the game after 10 minutes. Neither one's good, but which one's worse?
Which one's worse? I would.
To me, this is not even. It's not tough to me at all.
Which one's worse?
Oh, it's the kid at Memphis.
That's the way I was leaning.
It's the kid at Memphis. Because here's the thing: we don't know any of the specifics with Terry Rozier.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for all we know, that could be a guy that bets a lot that is friends with Terry, who said, "Dude, my hamstring hurts way worse than anybody knows. I shouldn't be playing," and he took a swing. Maybe he was at the game. I have no idea. I know deliberately this kid went, I'm going to screw over 89 of my teammates, and I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, to me, there's a difference between screwing your teammates and trying to screw Vegas. Right? If Terry Rozier was nefarious in what he was doing, right, he'd planned this out with whoever, let it slip because he knew this was going to have whatever involvement there was. That's not necessarily screwing over the team, I guess. I mean, you did show up and then bail out during a game. But giving the playbook to an opposing team's coach, like that goes above and beyond to me. Neither are good, but I think I'm with you on the Memphis guy. It is close for me, though. Because both are super dishonest, and both are not worthy of you being a part of my organization. Like, if I were Purdue, I would be looking for every opportunity to kick him out. Get him out of school, get him off the football team, whatever. Is there a code of conduct? I wonder if that falls under it.
I would think so.
Can I hold you responsible for something you did at another school legally without getting sued? That's the other thing. The lawyers at Purdue right now, I bet they're being tasked to go search this out.
For sure.
If not, it's an indictment on that football program. You're in the Sportsocracy. We got to take a break. We'll be right back on ESPN Asheville.
ESPN Asheville.
And you're clear.
Your mountain weather forecast.
Bit of cloud showing up this morning, but not seeing much, if anything, in the way of precipitation. That may be changing as we get into the afternoon. Likely showers, thunderstorms. Heads up, could be some downpours in some spots and gusty winds, but not really outlook for any severe weather. Tonight, a shower thunderstorm threat early for your Friday evening plans. Overnight, 68. Afternoon storms scattered around tomorrow, 90. And a chance of storms in low 90s on Sunday. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stage.
This report is sponsored by North Carolina Department of Transportation.
Each year, about 2,000 pedestrians
I'll be right back,
and over
Frank.
800 cyclists are hit by
Yes, sir.
Carolina. You can
You got like 3 minutes.
must yield to pedestrians, and cyclists must obey traffic laws. Visit watchformenc.org.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
How did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos. Malcolm is a listening learner, so he checks with Babbel's speech recognition to be however you learn. Babbel makes it easy. Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you text radio to 64,000. That's radio to 64,000.
How about a new Acura in the driveway for summer from Appletree Acura, like the 2025 Acura ADX, RDX, or the 2025 MDX. Appletree Acura.
You want to go James Cook?
And the lifetime powertrain warranty. I-26 Airport Road, Asheville.
For the first time in the history of working in radio, people want to work on Friday, and they're sending me.
World away.
I got 6 calls
from the farms
in the
we
last hour.
support to the stores we love.
From here?
One from a salesperson, one from
the way.
Do better, be better every day. That's the
from a
Parks
sponsor,
Promise. Our mission,
2
to
from
improve
people
lives
directly
with every
attached to the
interaction.
tailgate
This
tour
is
and 2 from
JW,
schools.
General Manager at Parks. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's
Wait a minute, I thought we took Fridays
parksfordhendersonville.com.
off.
Looking to buy
I
or
thought that
sell
was
in
part of the perk
Asheville?
of working in
At
radio,
Clarissa
is that
Sells
we only
W.
work 4 days a week.
eXp Realty, we're proud to be the #1 real estate team in Buncombe County. Give us a call, 828-774-6343. We're here for what matters most, you.
Folks, I hope you're ready. Coming up next month, the best party ever to hit Cox Avenue. It's the Big Wiener Party at Bear Smokehouse Barbecue.
It's the Big
Saturday,
Wiener
August
Party.
9th from 2 to 6 on the South Slope. 9 teams
Oh,
will
wait, that's just
compete,
tanks and
topping
bumpers.
2,700 hot dogs and only... What?
I said it's the
Hosted
Big
by
Goober
Food
Party.
Stars,
Oh, wait,
the
that's
Vulgar
just
Chef,
tanks and
and the
bumpers.
food in my... Pretty judges and comedians from the Asheville Comedy Festival, all for a good cause, supporting Link for Life's free mental health counseling for Asheville's food and beverage workers. Tickets are on sale now.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Ingalls studio,
WPEK Fairview,
WMXF Waynesville,
W225CJ Candler.
the #1 preset in your car, and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website.
Pay.
That's pay. Enter it now.
Go to ESPNAVL.com to play, and good luck.
The Sportsocracy.
Fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
We are back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It's 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. Sportsocracy heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. Seen everywhere on YouTube. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, and join us in the chat. It is
Football Friday.
It is indeed the last Friday without football until what, February?
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. We got the first preseason game of the NFL coming up on Thursday of next week. And then preseason will kick in full stride the next week for everyone else. But we get that little tease right at the beginning of the season. Actual football between the Chargers and the Lions. And we got training camps going on. We've had fights happening, as always. We've had injuries. We've had interesting contract negotiations and strategy. James Cook is looking for a new contract, Jeremy. And what, I mean, is there a massive beef over this? Is he looking for $20 million a year, and or what's the story with James Cook? Buffalo Bills running back.
He wants more money.
Obviously,
as anybody does. Buffalo seems to be not inclined to engage this. And I'm not really sure that I understand why. I mean, the kid needs a bump in pay. I mean, and you're going to have to extend him anyway.
Right.
What I don't know, and I've gotten varying answers on, is what is he looking for? I'm going to ask you a question. How much do you think James Cook makes a year? Still on his rookie deal.
He's on the final year of the rookie deal.
He is.
So is it, I don't know, $5 million?
It is $1.458 million. He's made $5.8 million total. He is making less this year than Kenny Nwangwu, who is a kick returner for my New York Jets. He is making less money than Travis Homer. He is making less money than Dare Ogunbowale. I could do this for a while, but I think you kind of get the gist.
Sure. Yeah. Wow.
The question that I have is, what is he worth?
$12 million.
I don't hate that answer.
That's the number that I've got, or that's the number that I would have if I were the Buffalo Bills.
Is he better than
I would
Saquon
actually
Barkley?
go into the negotiation with 10.
He ain't going to take 10.
No, he's not going to take 10.
I mean, Aaron Jones makes 10. So
if we can meet somewhere in that 15 to 10 range, can I pay you $14.9?
All right, I'm going to go down the list. I'm going to say a name. You tell me if James Cook is better than them.
Okay.
Saquon Barkley.
No.
Christian McCaffrey.
At this point, maybe.
I think that one's more debatable because your greatest ability is your availability. And
exactly.
He's
you
not.
got the age and the injuries and all of that. I would rather pay him.
Derrick Henry.
No.
Jonathan Taylor.
No.
Alvin Kamara.
No. It's close.
I think that one's super close.
It's close, but no, I'm going no.
Josh Jacobs.
Yes.
You're
I would think I think that's my line.
You're at 12. Jacobs makes 12. Kamara makes 12.25. Found my line.
Yeah.
Found it. This is what it is. That's where, to me, that is where he falls in. The question is he going to be okay with that? And this one's really important, is there somebody that's going to pay him more than that on the open market? We talk about how last year was this great age for running backs because Derrick Henry got paid off of last year. Saquon Barkley got paid off last year. Josh Jacobs got paid going into last year. Do you really feel good about any of those deals? Do you feel good about paying $21 million to a 28-year-old Saquon Barkley? Because I'll go ahead and tell you, I don't.
How long?
I'm just talking about for this year. Do you feel good about paying him that this year?
Yes, I do.
So I did a little digging. You know what the common theme of running backs that got paid is? That first year after they get paid, it does not tend to go well. And I'm talking top of the industry money. It does not tend to go well. I get it. Saquon's different. Saquon's special. If Saquon's healthy, I'm good. I have a fear that he's not going to be. You know my rule on running back touches, running back carries, and Saquon Barkley didn't just beat it. He blew through it like a Georgia football player through a stop sign.
345 carries last year on top of another 33 receptions. So he had 378 touches last year. That's a lot.
They're different dudes. All right, Saquon Barkley's different. Derrick Henry's different. I get it. I understand why you're doing it. this was my fear, and if you remember, I said this last year when the contract started happening. My fear is that now every single good running back is going to think they should get paid top of the market money.
Yes.
The guys that are making the top of the market are the best running backs in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much Jahmyr Gibbs makes a year?
Not much.
$4.4 million. He was a first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Marion Hampton's at 4.4. I could do this for a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Breece Hall, who he's dipped off, and he's getting ready to get paid. And Breece Hall has the same problem that James Cook does. Breece Hall's made $9 million over his entire career. This is fourth year in the league.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting $2.2 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're worth because I don't think you're Saquon Barkley. I don't think you're Christian McCaffrey if he's healthy. I don't think you're Derrick Henry. I don't think you're Jonathan Taylor. I think you kind of fit into Alvin Kamara and Josh Jacobs. But I don't know that you're going to take that. I feel we're kind of at an impasse with running backs. And it really does not help any of these guys' case that we just had probably the best running back class. It's the best one I've ever seen, and I've been doing this for quite some time.
Oh, the rookies that came in this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, between Judkins and Marion Hampton and Genty and on down the list.
Sure. But that only makes you dispensable if your team has another option, correct?
Well, I mean, look, next year's class, it's chock full of running backs again. And I guess that's my question.
But are any of them James Cook is the question.
But what is James Cook? Do you think the Buffalo Bills were the Buffalo Bills last year because of James Cook?
He was a big portion of it.
I think you believe he was more of it than I do. How many yards did he run for last year?
1,300, something like that. I think
it was 1,000. He broke 1,000 by the width of my office.
Yep.
He had 1,009 yards. Oh, but he's this great pass catcher. How many passes did he catch the entire year?
40.
You're too high. It's 32 for 258 yards. By the way, that's with arguably the best quarterback in the sport and a team that was up a lot. He had 207 carries. Ty Johnson actually had a higher yards per carry than he did. I get it's on a much lower scale. I'm aware of that. I just don't know that if the Buffalo Bills don't have James Cook, does the whole house of cards come falling down? Because I don't think it does.
You are markedly worse without a running game.
And
I mean, Ray Davis. That's your option?
Do I think Ray Davis, Ty Johnson, and a rookie would be equitable to James Cook? And by the way, this is coming from somebody that loves James Cook, loved him coming out. I was the president of the James Cook bandwagon. I don't think it's that big a difference. I really don't. If you're not Saquon Barkley, if you're not Derrick Henry, and straight up, those two dudes are just different. James Cook is not that, and I think James Cook would tell you that. I think Jonathan Taylor is in the ballpark of that, and I think Bijan Robinson is knocking on the door, and so is Jahmyr Gibbs. Outside of that, I don't think Josh Jacobs is special. I think he's good. I think he's a really good second-tier running back. I'd say the same thing about Kyron Williams. Bucky Irving, I'll be interested to see how it goes this year. But, I mean, when you look at the running backs that rushed for 1,000 yards last year, Tony Pollard rushed for 1,000 yards last year. Aaron Jones rushed for 1,000 yards last year. Chuba Hubbard rushed for 1,000 yards last year. Does anybody with an IQ above salad dressing think anybody I just said is special?
No.
I just don't think there's that big a difference.
Maybe not.
Let me ask you a question.
To me, the offense was better because James Cook had a good year. I mean, you say he only ran for 1,000 yards. I mean, the dude scored 16 touchdowns. And I get touchdowns are a cyclical thing. He's not going to always do that. He hadn't done that previously. But there was a lot of story. I remember many discussions last football season of there's something different about these Buffalo Bills. What is it? Oh, it's James Cook.
Weird. It ended the exact same way. It ended the exact same way.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, you talk about all the touchdowns that James Cook had, and you're right. He was tied for the league lead with Jahmyr Gibbs and Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Josh Allen was tied for ninth. It's not like they're not going to be able to run a greasy peg up a cat's keister if they don't have James Cook.
Mm-hmm.
I love James, and I hope he gets a bag. I will be stunned if it's from the Buffalo Bills. I'll be stunned if it's from the Bills. Because why? What does it matter? I mean, you look up and down the running back landscape in the NFL, and J.K. Dobbins, who played 13 games, was top 15 in the league in touchdowns. J.K. Dobbins almost rushed for 1,000 yards, and he played 13 games.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think there's this huge difference between all of these guys. I think Saquon Barkley is making people around the league blind because he was so special to that team. You also got to remember that team has A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Was Saquon Barkley that with the New York Giants? No. He never had a year like that with the Giants.
No. He didn't have that kind of talent around him. He didn't have that kind of blocking.
And there's my point. What the last thing you said right there,
mm-hmm.
That's my point. A running back is as good as what is around them.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry was special in Tennessee. He had special years in Tennessee. If I remember correctly, he actually had a year that was better in Tennessee than what he just had in Baltimore. But he only had one.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. He goes to Baltimore first year, and he's 31 years old. That was in his age 30 season. All of a sudden, he looks even better than he ever was before because he got propped up by what's around him. This is not a shot at the running back at all. The problem with paying a running back is as soon as I pay you, the talent around you is going to lessen. It's sheer math. If I give you $12 million, you're going to lose one of those linemen. You're going to lose that third receiver. You're going to lose something because I paid you. I know the industry has changed their tune on this, and now all of a sudden it's pay your running backs, get James Cook his bag, get Kyron Williams his bag, get Breece Hall his bag. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know that I'd pay any of the three of them.
Wow.
And I think they're all three really good talents. I also think they're infinitely replicable.
Okay. I don't think James Cook wants Saquon money.
I don't know. I've heard different stories on that.
I think they all – I mean, I would hope that they all know kind of where they stand. You come to the Buffalo Bills with an offer of, hey, you're going to pay me $20 million. You're getting laughed out of the room because you're not that guy. I think he wants 15. I've seen that rumored that he's at the 15 mark, and it makes a lot of sense to me. Not because I feel like that's what he's worth, but because I feel like that's where he and his agent will feel like the market needs to be. Now it will be up to the market to decide what his ultimate value actually is. If he sticks at 15 and won't take less, then no, he will not be a member of the Buffalo Bills. I agree with you. I don't feel like they would be the ones to do that. He goes out on the open market. I doubt he gets 15 there. He probably settles somewhere around 13. He's not Jonathan Taylor, but he's the next close to elite running back who's in line. And with all of these contracts that have been coming up, everybody wants to be the next guy who sets the market. Well, there's a second-tier market I feel like he's trying to set here. Because we know we're not getting 20. We know we're not getting 19. We're not Christian McCaffrey, which today I don't think San Francisco would be too happy with agreeing to that $19 million.
Nope.
With the way the situation is right now. But I'm not getting 19. I'm not getting Derrick Henry's money. Where is he at, 17? 18? No, Derrick's at 15. I think that's the line he's trying to walk. More than Jonathan Taylor, maybe less than the other two. Or the other three, excuse me.
We have a we have a question in the YouTube chat that steers into exactly where I was headed with this. Sanders Sports. That scared. I almost said an expletive right in this microphone.
Well,
that
don't
scared
do
me.
that.
That was not a super chat.
Oh, I
but,
thought you said it was a super chat.
No, I said we have a comment.
Ah.
And now I have pee in my chair. Thank you for that.
I got excited. I hit another button.
Sanders, we do have some super chats. We'll hit those when we come back. But
Okay.
Sanders Sports said, "Can I ask who was more productive, Scary Terry or James Cook? If Cook wants $15 million, because that's what Terry makes right now."
Mm-hmm.
I saw a thing that went out on social media over the last 24 hours, and I can't remember who put it out. I think it was Yahoo. If the Buffalo Bills called the Washington Commanders and said, "We will give you James Cook and we get Terry McLaurin, and you both have to pay them," who says no?
I believe Washington.
Washington would say no so quickly.
Right.
And they may block your number for the rest of time.
Right. Adam Peters will never talk to you again.
Yeah, Adam Peters, I mean, his response would be, "What does it feel like to be an idiot?" Like, I mean, I've never been one, so I don't know what that feels like. I would really like you to explain to me what that feels like.
Right.
And that's not a slight at James Cook. It's Terry McLaurin's more valuable.
Sure.
And I guess that's the point I'm trying to make, is that when you're trying to build the best roster humanly possible because you're in a Super Bowl window with I think a Super Bowl level quarterback, you have to put the best pieces around him possible.
Mm-hmm.
I can replace a running back. I can't replace a Terry McLaurin nearly as easily. And look, that's is partially me looking down the line going, "Woo, receiver gets pretty brutal until we get to Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith."
I was going to say, but
minute from now.
Right. I was going to say, but if it comes down to James Cook or Josh Palmer, if that's my choice, then I'd have to take James Cook.
Well,
Losing Josh
Palmer makes
Palmer's
$10
not
million.
going to stop me from that.
Well, Josh Palmer makes $10 million.
Yeah.
James Cook ain't taking $10 million.
No, but I'm saying because you had said earlier, if signing that running back means that you lose your third option as a wide receiver, that they fill that slot. James Cook means you would have a downgrade from Josh Palmer, maybe a rookie or something. I think I'd be okay with that. But there again, what is my line situation? It's a conundrum. And I think that's where James Cook's at. I think James Cook is at $15 million walking in. And we'll see how far they can negotiate down as a team. Because I'm not giving you that. I wouldn't give you that. I'd come in at 12 and let's meet somewhere in the middle. 13? 13.5? Going once? You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
Every game matters, so
clear
this summer as the Braves try to battle back in the standings.
Curveball swung on, belted, deep left field. Gone! Ronald Acuna Jr. 5-1 Atlanta.
Join us for Atlanta Braves baseball all season on Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville.
Our coverage of the Braves brought to you by Parks Ford of Hendersonville, home of the Parks Promise. Check them out at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone! Come back! It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life! Come back!
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Join iHeartRadio and Sarah Spain in celebrating the one-year anniversary of iHeart Women's Sports.
With powerful interviews and insider analysis, our shows have connected fans with the heart of women's sports. In just 1 year, the network has launched 15 shows and built a community united by passion.
Podcasts that amplify the voices of women in sports.
Thank you for supporting iHeart Women's Sports and our founding sponsors, Elf Beauty, Capital One, and Novartis.
Just open the free iHeart app and search iHeart Women's Sports to listen now.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert, guide you every step of the way. Whether you're searching for your dream home, looking to sell quickly, or exploring investment opportunities, I've got the experience and the tools to get you the best deal possible. Call me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty at 828-774-6343. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. I'm your trusted realtor. I'm making moves and making dreams come true.
Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in Asheville has two things that all Sportsocracy fans crave: bold flavors and big portions. Oh, yeah. And they've got the balls. Bear's famous bear balls are packed with mac and cheese, pulled pork, cornbread, and deep fried and then topped with bacon and cheese sauce. This is the place to be. Live music on Saturdays and the first Sunday of every month. They partner with the Guitar Bar to host Mr. Jimmy's Barbecue Blues. Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in downtown Asheville and South Asheville.
Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports have teamed up under a new local owner to serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports can customize whatever you, your team, or your local group may need with high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shops.
The Sportsocracy.
You were just dumping a bag of hammers.
It is ESPN Asheville. You're listening to the Sportsocracy, coming to you from the Ingalls studio, the NFLDraft.net, Mullet Manor, on a football Friday. Training camps going on all over the NFL. There have been numerous stories that we need to get into. James Cook is just one of them. We don't have time in this segment, but we will get to the Christian Wilkins kerfuffle.
That is one of the weirdest. That is one of the weirdest stories I've ever heard, and I have some inside information on it.
Whatever that is, with the Las Vegas Raiders, a curveball coming in. Christian Wilkins has been released. Just released. I did not see that coming. Of course, when medical issues crop up, you have to take care of business. We'll get into that coming up after we get weird.
We can clean up some super chats right here, though.
I was getting there.
All right, okay.
Super chats. Walking my way into it. Before we go to the break, let's go down the super chat hole.
Show me the money, money. Show me the money.
I like that cash.
Show me the money,
That was just weird, and it's really because you keep doing the I want the cash thing, and it's weird. Soaring Eagle said, I don't know if we address this. I never thought I'd ever say this, but Miami just lost a critical piece in Artie Burns. That really tells me everything you need to know about the Miami secondary.
Yep.
If you have a friend that's single and he's, trying to play the field, and he says, my Saturday nights just took a hit because Callie Cankles from accounting just canceled on me. Okay, I'm going to say your social calendar's not that robust there, Jerry. When Artie Burns is oh no, what will we do now? Right. That's bad.
All right, a super chat from Stephen Tao. Stephen Tao.
Did TGIF start a show about money launderers? Because that's what that sounds like. This week after Step by Step, Patrick Duffy's laundering money for the Gaza cartel.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Stephen Tao says, you are only worth what someone is willing to pay you.
Fact.
And I do find it ironic that he used a free super chat for that.
Fact. Which is solid.
It's solid, yeah. You're only worth what somebody's willing to pay you, and I'm using my free ticket to do that.
Bingo. That's why you have them. Right. Now, in fairness, they do have to pay for the ticket to have the free ticket. So, it's...
Yes.
And we have another one that just came in right here before we hit
Does this one have actual money attached to it?
It does. I'm going to laugh when Stephen Tao punches you in the face. It's from Matthew Hoffman. He said, Happy Gilmore 2. Hilarious and a must-watch.
All right.
I fully plan on watching it tonight.
Yes. That is the first positive thing I've heard. Now, I haven't heard anybody say that it's bad. That's just, I asked Jeremy earlier today, or I said to him, this better be good. We've been waiting forever for Happy Gilmore 2. What is it, 28 years? 29 years? Something like that?
Sounds about right.
It's been a long time. And now you have potential for one of the best sequels ever.
I think it will be very good.
Right, the access that Adam Sandler has to everybody, right, because of his superstardom now. Like, the only thing we got in the first one, like the big cameo in the first one was Bob Barker, which was one of the all-time great cameos in anything. I mean, how many times did we look at our friends after seeing that movie and say, the price is wrong, bleep? But now, I was reading an article earlier today on the mothership, ESPN.com, that was talking about all of the cameos that he is involved in this new movie. And he basically just ran the gambit and got them all. All his rowdy friends are coming over to play tonight, including Jack Nicklaus and Xander Schauffele.
Let's go.
I'm interested to see if Xander Schauffele has any comedy chops. Did they give him like a speaking role where he got to do something funny?
I'm going to say Xander probably didn't say much. If he did, it'll be the first time I've ever heard his voice.
That's a good point. Good point. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We are but 2 weeks away, Jeremy, from the Big Wiener Party. Cox Avenue, downtown Asheville, Bears Smokehouse Barbecue. There will be 2,700 wieners ready for gobbling down on Cox Avenue. 9 teams competing here, and every team has the task of topping a hot dog, and whoever has the best recipe, the most unique recipe and edible recipe, will be named the Royal Wiener of the Big Wiener Party. Kyle, the vulgar chef Marceau, and Dan, the food in my beard Whalen, are the celebrity judges coming in. They're big YouTubers. Apparently Kyle is the king of wieners. And Dan is the top wienerologist. I'm giving you a run for your money there, Jeremy. You're going to have to show up big at the wiener party.
I'm just
Jeremy's
impressed
also
to
a
throw
celebrity
in my
host.
ex-wife. I'm out.
That's the first time he's ever broke me in the middle of a commercial. Jeremy will be one of the celebrity hosts or judges, the wiener judges at the thing. Of course, award-winning front house engineer for Luke Combs, Todd Lewis, one of the others, and Asheville foodie himself, Stu Helm, will be the other. August the 9th, downtown Asheville, the big wiener party, 2 to 6 in the afternoon. You're not going to want to miss this one. Go to BearsBBQ.com.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Thank you.
Your mountain weather forecast.
I got you.
The cloud showing up this morning, but not seeing much, if anything, in the way of precipitation. That may be changing as we get into the afternoon. Likely showers, thunderstorms.
All right,
Heads
my
up,
wife
there'll be
just
some
brought
downpours
lunch.
in some
I'm
spots
going
and
to
gusty
go
winds.
gobble on
Not
this
really
Cone
outlook
Pal.
for any
I'll be
severe
right
weather.
back.
Tonight, a shower, thunderstorm threat early for
you. Do that.
We just opened a
Afternoon
Chinese
storms scattered
restaurant
around
in the
tomorrow,
neighborhood, and I'm
90.
very excited about
Chance
it.
of storms in low 90.
Ah, nice.
The
It's
Weather
so
Channel,
good.
meteorologist Ray Stage.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Back to school is on the brain. That means new notebooks, pencils, new everything. And while the kids are getting ready to get book smart, it's time for you to save smart with Straight Talk Wireless. Switch now and get a free Moto G 2025 with 5G when you activate select plans. Now that's a smart call. Get Straight Talk covered by Verizon's 5G network. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Offer valid through 10/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Purchase of gold unlimited plan or higher required for offer. Must activate the plan in-store at Walmart. Cannot be combined with other offers.
You've got apps for everything. Music, photos, even ordering coffee. But only one app gives you the live radio experience. It's radio your way. Anytime, anywhere. Join the millions already listening. The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment. Committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
At Ingalls, we're proud to work with hundreds of local farms and businesses in the communities we call home. Not only does it ensure that you get top quality, fresh items for your family table, it's a way for us to support the amazing individuals who pour their heart and soul into delivering the very best they can do. Quality, freshness, community, it's all in the bag. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
Looking to buy or sell in Asheville? At Clarissa Sells WNC with eXp Realty, we're proud to be the #1 real estate team in Buncombe County. Give us a call, 828-774-6343. We're here for what matters most, you.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo! ESPN Asheville, broadcasting from the Ingalls studio at Radio Ranch. Log on to ESPNAVL.com and make us your #1 preset on the iHeartRadio app. ESPN Asheville, #1 for sports coverage in the mountains. On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
All right, we are back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It's a football Friday. I wish I had a weird football story for you. but I don't. And I seem to have lost my other story here, Jeremy. I'm trying to find it, and I can't. It's apparently not in the load of stuff. Oh, here we go. How about this? Jeremy, you weren't here the other day when we discussed this on the program with Chris Womack. But apparently we're kicking the tires on this whole Nick Saban coming back to coaching thing. Colin Cowherd saying that it's the worst known secret in the South that Nick Saban wants to get back into coaching. And I guess the thought is that he'll go to the NFL instead of playing the college game again. My question would be, why would he want to do this? I mean, I guess I said the same thing about Bill Belichick when he went to Carolina. Like, why would you need this? Why would you? I mean, I get the whole competitive spirit thing. Like, it's born, it's in the coaches and you can't take it out of them. But it just seems like a bad idea.
Did you see his response to this?
Oh, that he had never really thought about getting into coaching?
No,
until a couple of days ago?
No, he said this earlier today. There's no opportunity that I know of right now that would enhance me. Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, see, and I love the way he worded that. Because there is a path, to me, where there's a bit of a dent on the legacy of Bill Belichick as an overall football coach. If this thing goes horribly wrong at Carolina, he'll be always referred to as the greatest of all time by me in the NFL. I mean, winning 6 Super Bowls, you can't argue with that, to me. However, if I were Nick Saban, why would I want that possible stain again? Somebody in the chat early in the program mentioned him going to the Cleveland Browns.
Pass.
Why would he want to do that? I mean, turning around an NFL football team like that, or trying to.
That would enhance him.
Well, sure it would. But there is that whole, he's done this before. He's been in the NFL before. And went immediately running back to college. With a 12-15 record, I think it was. Going to the Cleveland Browns does nothing to enhance his legacy.
Unless he
go into a bad NFL team. But the chances of that are minute.
He's a great coach, and if he finds the right situation, I could easily see a path that it works. I don't see a way he coaches another game in college football. He left for a reason.
Sure.
But I easily could see a path that an NFL team comes. Look, because I'm looking at the candidates next year going, I don't love this. And there are a bunch of jobs that are going to open. The job I poked around on this, and there are people that are adamant that he's going to return to coaching. The job, I'm telling you right now, just remember that I said it, is the New York Giants. Don't be shocked if that call is made. Because they have a quarterback he likes in Jackson Dart. It's an ownership group that he's comfortable with. Bill Belichick will tell him repeatedly how much he believes in the management there and the ownership, and don't be shocked. As a matter of fact, I want to step further than that. Don't be shocked if the first 2 candidates you hear for the New York Giants next year are Nick Saban and Bill Belichick.
I could go down that. I mean, I could see it happening.
Just remember
Because
that I said it.
I mean, if the Tar Heels do something this year and are respectable, then I think that job that wasn't there could open up for Bill Belichick. That's been all the talk lately, is that, Bill Belichick, there was no opening for him in the NFL. Nobody came calling whatever. You get a chance to make a return statement, picking up a mediocre program and having a good year. I could see that opening up a door for you. Okay, I think maybe you've convinced me here. However, I still feel like if I had the freedom that Nick Saban has, I wouldn't touch it. I've got nothing to prove,
Except that you can win in the NFL. And type A's really don't like leaving things like that out there. My story has nothing to do with football. It's actually about a town in Algeria. It's called Chitaibi, which is actually kind of ironic because I vacation in Tybee Island, Georgia. This place is called Chitaibi, Algeria. The mayor put out a decree to all of the millions of tourists that come to Algeria. No, seriously, there are millions of tourists that go to Algeria. I had no idea. That there's something happening on their beaches, and he didn't want to see it anymore. He put out a decree, said these summer outfits disturb the population. They go against our society's moral values and sense of decency. The population can no longer tolerate seeing foreigners wandering the streets in indecent clothing. What was he talking about?
I don't know. What was he talking about?
Men wearing swim shorts that are too short. He unwound this decree 2 days later under immense pressure. But I think he had a point. Okay? This is not 1976. We do not need to see Benny and the Jets in your little shorty shorts. Okay? We do not need that for the betterment of our society. Mm-hmm. We do not need that. No one needs to see that. The male figure is not attractive. It is utilitarian at best. It's like God had a bunch of leftover stuff in a pile and went, where am I going to put this? Right there. It's not a good look, okay? Stop it. I played golf on Sunday. There was a guy in the group behind us that was wearing a pair of golf shorts that the inseam was shorter than my boxer shorts. I swear to you, I hope he had a couple of golf balls in his pocket because it appeared that there was going to be some significant foliage that I did not want to be privy to.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Your shorts should go above your knee at the very least. If your short inseam is not touching the top of your knee, it should go past your knee. It should not go higher than that. We must keep the innies from becoming outies. and this is something that this is a hill that I'm prepared to die on.
Yep. Nice. I don't see how I don't see how people do that, honestly. I have to have a lot of freedom.
At least without some fear. I mean, trust me, there's a reason that I'm a judge at I set the whole story up. I did. I set the whole story up. It worked exactly how I wanted it to. And now I feel good.
Yeah. Good for you.
Going into the weekend as a whole vibe tank. That's what I'm doing.
Yep. I see that. Christian Wilkins, the saga. So apparently Christian Wilkins has been hurt for 10 months.
Yes. Had a Jones fracture in his foot.
Yeah, the team has said, you need another surgery on your foot. And his response was, you can't make me. That's a bold strategy. I used to think Christian Wilkins was a smart guy. Remember, played Clemson. We're pretty close to there. He was one of my favorite football players on that team at that time in college football, all of college football. The dude, he's got a resume that tells me he's pretty smart. But I don't know about this. I can't understand why. So a team looks at you and goes, you're not ready to get on a football field with that foot, right? You're going to need another surgery. And he goes, this'll be fine. I'm okay. That's not how this works, right? You don't just get to say no.
It's not. You do. The problem is,
ultimately you do, but you don't have a job after that.
Well, the problem is, and I went down a rabbit hole deep on this. I actually have some friends that work for the Raiders. And one of the things that they told me is that this is not new. Like, we've been doing this for months. He is now, and here's the part that's a little insider information. It's not just that he's 10 months into this injury and it's still a problem. The exact verbatim line that was said to me, he's 10 months into this injury. He's no closer to playing a football game right now than he was 10 months ago. Because nothing is healing appropriately. He's a big guy. And I will tell you, as also a big man, when you have an issue with your foot, it heals weird because that foot's holding up a whole mess of dude. I am not that much smaller than Christian Wilkins. I'm actually a little taller than him and a little lighter than him. But not by much on either side. It takes a long time. What I was told is that Christian does not like the path that the Raiders laid out for him. This was an argument going all the way back to December of last year. They have continued to talk over the course of the offseason. They've given him multiple options, and he hasn't liked any of them. To the point of they went, okay, you violated your contract. You're not a perfect fit for what we're trying to do here at this point anyway. So just you go on where you get in where you fit in there, big boy. There will be a lot of interest in him. I don't know that he's going to be able to pass a medical. I've already heard the Bengals. I've heard the Patriots. I've heard the Jets. I've heard a handful of other teams. Even a reuniting with the Miami Dolphins, which is mind-boggling to me. How many cornerback. Cornerback. That's what you need.
You just drafted 3 defensive tackles.
I think he's going to struggle to pass I think this is going to be one of those times that a player gets a harsh realization of, yes, you are the CEO of your own brand. The problem is that you got to find somebody to pay you. And those 5 games last year, you were fine. I didn't think you were special, but you were fine. Then you got hurt, and now you're damaged goods. And so that money that they have voided, it's $35.2 million that they voided. And according to what I was told, there's a great chance he's never going to see a dime of it. Because they did everything the way they were supposed to, and he absolutely would not play ball. And that's a problem.
Yeah, I can't. I would love to hear an explanation of what, but why. But there has to be a why. There has to be I don't want to do this surgery because it could what? Put me in jeopardy in the future? Because if you're not capable of playing on the foot as it is, then you gotta, unless he's just uncomfortable with the whole organization. And this is just his way to get out. But what's another team going to think?
Well, and that is a problem that you've made it basically. Sorry, I just saw a super chat that we cannot read on this air under any circumstances. Because if you put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, we're going to be super fired. But that's just solid, Gary. The problem with Christian Wilkins is that this gives you a stigma. You won't cooperate with the team doctors. You won't go along with the plan for your rehab. Because it's not just this event. This is I've been a little bothered as I dug into this, how this has been reported, of that this was just out of right field and nobody saw this coming. apparently the Raiders were making it very well known, if he doesn't get on board, we're going to try to recoup this money because we do not want to pay him as it currently sits.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's a bizarre story. I can't remember one of these where you've had a guy that went so far down this rabbit hole, if he would not agree to anything, that a team had satiated, even feeling like they could void some guarantees and get them back.
No, the only medical issue I can recall between a player and a team was Trent Williams, right? With Washington.
Trent had some issues.
But that was they're not taking care of me.
Yeah, his was they're trying to do some kind of what's that word? Revolutionary surgery on me that I'm not comfortable with.
Right. He was there. That was the team's not protecting my interests thing. This, as far as I've seen, there's no explanation from Christian Wilkins' side.
What I was told by
why this would happen.
What I was told by an official of the Las Vegas Raiders was we basically told him, we will get on board with anything you do to get this fixed. But you have to get this fixed because it's not healing.
Right.
Like you came into camp, and now that I think about it, I don't realize I don't actually know which camp they were talking about. Somehow they got a shot of what the foot looked like.
OTAs. He was at OTAs in May.
All right, so he came into OTAs, and apparently there was no healing whatsoever. Like, it looked exactly how it did in October of last year. And they were in awe that he had done nothing to rectify this the entire offseason. Because now you're talking about he could miss half of this year anyway just because he gets it taken care of.
Right.
And it led to a huge fight.
Insane. Just last offseason, he signed a 4-year, $110 million deal with the Las Vegas Raiders, and now they have released him and will be recouping $35 million.
The NFLPA has filed a grievance against that, and according to my knowledge of the CBA, I think they're going to lose.
100%.
If what I was told is true, they're going to lose.
Mm-hmm. You're in the Sportsocracy. It's ESPN Asheville. Big announcement coming up next. Stay tuned. The Living the Dream Tour 2 schedule is next.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Back to Kung Pao. I'll be back.
Mountain weather forecast.
Bit of cloud showing up this morning, but not seeing much, if any.
You're a gobbler.
As we get into the afternoon, likely showers, thunderstorms. Heads up, could be some downpours in some spots and gusty winds, but not really outlook for any severe weather. Tonight, a shower thunderstorm threat early for your Friday evening plans. Overnight, 68. Afternoon storms scattered around tomorrow, 90. And a chance of storms in low 90s on Sunday. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stage.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. It's cake batter. It's cookie dough. It's the new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat. Now at participating DQ locations for a limited time. Fly in today for this cosmic collision of flavor. And don't miss Superman in theaters now. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Once you're $1,000 richer after you win bonus bucks, you'll have to decide on whether you'll tell everybody or keep it to yourself. The winning happens every weekday, right here.
Win $1,000 on ESPN Asheville. Is your truck wimpy, trailer barely hanging on, shed crumbling? Leonard Truck Outfitters, the largest truck outfitters in the Southeast, supercharges your gear. Rugged bedliners, hardcore truck accessories, top quality trailers, and sheds built to last. With over 100 locations and years of experience, visit LeonardUSA.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Harris Regional Hospital invites you to a free lunch and learn on diabetes and nutrition happening Thursday, July 24th from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. in the Eastern Boardroom. Join us for a relaxed, informative session led by Christopher Zion, our Culinary and Nutrition Solutions Director, as we explore how everyday food choices can support blood sugar control and better health. Lunch is provided. To register, call 770-776-7291. Come learn, connect, and take a step towards healthier living.
Folks, I hope you're ready. Coming up next month, the best party ever to hit Cox Avenue. It's the Big Wiener Party at Bear Smokehouse Barbecue. Saturday, August 9th from 2 to 6 on the South Slope. 9 teams will compete, topping 2,700 hot dogs and only one Royal Wiener. Hosted by food stars The Vulgar Chef and The Food in My Beard, with local celebrity judges and comedians from the Asheville Comedy Festival, all for a good cause, supporting Link for Life's free mental health counseling for Asheville's food and beverage workers. Tickets are on sale now.
At Ingalls, we know that fresh means local. The best ingredients don't come from a world away. They come from your own backyard. From the farms we support, to the stores we love, to the tables you treasure. Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, we found out a lot of things about our community. We saw neighbors helping neighbors, and we learned in desperate times one of the best things to have around is a redneck with a chainsaw.
Not just a chainsaw, boy, just country boys in general. When you live in these mountains, you figure it out. Like, you make stuff happen.
After answering the calls for help that they heard on the radio, the Chainsaw Brothers are still here, making it happen the right way. Fair, insured, and local. Need tree help? Call the Chainsaw Brothers. 316-1013. 316-1013.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert, guide you every step of the way. Whether you're searching for your dream home, looking to sell quickly, or exploring investment opportunities, I've got the experience and the tools to get you the best deal possible. Call me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty at 828-774-6343. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. I'm your trusted realtor. I'm making moves and making dreams come true.
From the Ingalls studio, WPEK Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, W225CJ Candler, the #1 preset in your car, and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now.
Go to ESPNAVL.com to play, and good luck.
Live from the Ingalls studio,
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
the Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dogs eat! Let them on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh, my God. The Jets killed him.
We're back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. The Sportsocracy heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app, and we're seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, and join us in the chat each and every day. It is a big day here in the Sportsocracy, not only because it is a
Football Friday.
But because it is the last Football Friday that we won't have an actual game being played around Football Friday until the end of football season. We are less than a week away from the start of the NFL preseason. All of the machinations are being made behind the scenes by one Flostradamus, Jeremy Green.
Phone's ringing a lot, Tank. Phone's ringing a lot. I'm not. I'm ready for the phone calls to stop and the games to start.
To put all of the elements in place for one of the coolest football seasons of our lives collectively, because on the Living the Dream Tour 2, you get to come along too.
It's the tagline for our tailgate trips. This time, we ride together.
That's right. So we've got fan trips planned for a bunch of games this upcoming season.
So
we told you about this a little bit yesterday.
The way these will work, our friends at Appalachian Motor Coach, great friends of mine, getting ready to be great friends of all of ours. They have a slew of big shuttle vans. They have a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter that's got a big television in the back. They have some passenger vans. We will have tiers to this. Basically, what will happen is we will have a designated pickup spot. That will be where the van will depart from at each of these trips. We will cover the food and beverage, so we will have soft drinks, waters, all of the things like that. Cold beers. There will be a liquor element that we're going to tell you about. I'm hoping to be able to tell you about that one next week.
What was that?
I said liquor tank. That's what I said.
That's
what I said.
Okay.
There will be an element of that I am very excited to tell you about, hopefully next week. And our friends at Bear Smokehouse Barbecue are doing the food. So what will happen is that we will go to these individual games. We will hem up in a tailgate spot. The van will be behind Tank and I. Actually, I say that. Tank's going to end up driving one of us will end up driving the van and one of us will end up back there with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how this is going to go. I would wager it's probably going to be about 50-50. We will depart. We will get to the tailgate. The tailgates will be set up with our friends at Ingalls, our tailgate truck from Parks Ford to Hendersonville, and then the shuttles that go with us. And we are throwing gigantic tailgate parties. So we will have, there will be cornhole, and depending on the game, depending on the weather, all of those things. But we're going to have big tailgate parties. We've got big speakers to play music. If you don't want to go into the stadium, you don't have to. You can hang back. There will be people that do that. Cole, the owner of Appalachian Motor Coach, has already said, I plan on doing that a good bit, so you feel free to tell them that if they don't want to go in the stadium, they don't have to. But we will be going to the biggest events of the season. The schedule we're going to put out today is just the preliminary. These are the 12 that we have confirmed, and there are some... There are some cool dates. B, there's some open-endedness to this.
Mm-hmm.
There will also be a season pass. About every one of these games is going to be between $100 to $150 without tickets. This is for the tailgate experience itself. The Panther games, we can work with you on tickets. We don't get necessarily much better of a deal than you do. However, we do get some access to when ticket prices are going to change. So if you want to go that route, you can. We can discuss that. That's the reason we sent out the form on that. We only have the access to do that with the Carolina Panthers. Everybody else, I am more than happy to help you buy tickets because I'm very good at this. But other than that, there are not tickets involved with this.
Mm-hmm. So the first of the trips will be on opening weekend.
Well,
August
that one's not confirmed yet.
Oh, excuse me.
That one's not confirmed yet. Still working on confirm. I sent you the 12 we're announcing. You just didn't see it. It was on Facebook.
I did not see it. Where is the...
So the first one will be on September the 21st. It's in Charlotte for the Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers. We have confirmed this one. We know exactly where we'll be. Tailgate spots are already procured. We are good to go on this one.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those games that if you needed help with tickets, we can assist you with that. The second confirmed, and we did not do this on purpose. It just so happened to work out that way. The next two games both involve the Buffalo Bills. We have the Buffalo Bills at the Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football. That is October the 13th in Atlanta. Then the Bills will come to Charlotte to take on the Panthers on October the 26th. We will be at both of those games, and before anybody asks, no, we don't care which team you root for. You can be Bills fans, you can be Panthers fans, it doesn't matter. This is not
100%.
officially licensed for the team, so none of that matters.
Mm-hmm.
11-1, Oklahoma at Tennessee. That is our first on-site college football date. That is with our friends at the University of Tennessee. and they take on old Boomer Sooner themselves. The following week, we go to Clemson, South Carolina, Death Valley for my Florida State Seminoles at the Clemson Tigers. Then we have a little bit of a lull. There is a game in between there. We just can't announce it yet. Mm-hmm. I will tell you it is an SEC game date. That's all I can tell you right now. Hopefully we can announce that one next week. On November the 29th, we will go to Columbia, South Carolina, back to Tank and I's favorite place on earth. We're going to be decked out in Gamecock gear for Clemson at South Carolina for the Palmetto Bowl.
Well, that'd be huge.
Then we get to a weird one. And this one requires a little bit of explanation because both of these are on the same date. December the 6th. Tank and I will be combining forces with our friends from Greenville. Tank will be going to the SEC championship game in Atlanta. I will be going to the ACC championship game in Charlotte. That is a logistical fun bag right there. Because we will be talking to each other on YouTube. We will have never done that before. That will be the first time we've ever done that, doing two games in two different locations. The logistics on that are fun. By the way, I hope you know how to connect a Starlink tank. I think you
yes,
do.
I do.
If you don't,
I do.
you're going to have to figure it out.
Yes, I have one. Yesterday was the first outage I ever had. Did you have an outage on your Starlink yesterday?
No.
Yeah. I got home yesterday, and there was like an hour. It's the first time I've ever been without Starlink service since we got it. It's very reliable.
It is very reliable.
Recommend.
Good job,
I highly
Elon.
recommend.
You're a kooky Madookie, but your internet service works quite nicely.
You're goofy.
4 days
right,
before
so,
4 days before Christmas, Tank's Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers in
Fire them
Charlotte.
cannons, by golly.
That will be our third, and as of right now, final. There is a possibility that another one adds. We won't know that one for a week or two.
Okay.
On January the 2nd of 2026, we go to the Duke's Mayo Bowl in Charlotte. That is a game between an ACC and an SEC team. January the 9th, we go to the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. That is a college football playoff semifinal game in Atlanta. And we will be back in attendance in lovely Atlanta for the Peach Bowl. And then the final one. And I'm going to level. We have about, as of the last time I checked, I think we have about 42 seats on this trip. If we don't sell this one out, I'm going to be shocked. April 23rd, the 2026 NFL Draft in Pittsburgh. We're taking you with us to the draft. We cannot get you into the media room. Do not ask. I'm gonna establish that off the rip. There's about 5 hours a night that you will not be with us. From there, we can figure it out. And it's the Yinzer Excrement Show in Pittsburgh. Jeremy goes back to the place to the place I belong. I'm so excited about this one. We will be taking fans to the 2026 NFL Draft in Pittsburgh. We got to credit Jonathan Welch with this one. He gave us the idea as he went through the fan experience last year because he was our fifth. He was the glue guy for our
glue guy.
Bingo. He gave us the idea of, this was fun. And I think there are people that would like to do this and go to the draft and experience the draft. It's going to be an unbelievable time. That will also be a combo with our guys in Greenville. Trey Falco, their producer, is from Pittsburgh. That was actually the initial call that made a lot of these things happen because he said, hey, we want a combo on this. And I went, okay, we can do that. We can make that happen.
Mm-hmm. Stephen Town wants to know if we could pick him up on the way.
Yes.
He's right off of I-95.
Yes.
Well, we may be able to make that happen.
Yes. So if you're in the transit route, we can't veer too far off of course, but we can make things like that happen.
Okay.
So if you're in, I'm trying to think of a spot. So if you're in Powdersville or something like that, we could negotiate a place for us to pick you up and take you to Columbia for that game with Clemson or something of that nature.
Right.
There is a form fill that will be on our socials at 2:22 today. It is basically a submission of your interests. What games would you like to be involved in? We're still kind of rounding all of these things out before the website drops in 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they go live, they are live. And once they are sold out, they are sold out.
We got a whole bunch of opportunity there. Panther fans can get in on the trips to Charlotte for the Falcons game on September the 21st. The Bills game on October the 23rd. We also have the Bucs and the Panthers on December the 21st. Oklahoma, Tennessee. I don't know if that's going to be a bigger nightmare. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a bigger nightmare than the kickoff weekend that you're going to make me go to that game.
I mean
there's
for
going to
you
be a
personally,
whole lot of orange in both of them.
Oh, it's going to be great for me. The White Trash Cowboy will be present and accounted for in Tennessee. I love the Tennessee Volunteers, and I love Irritating Tank. So that game will be a whole mess of fun for me.
Yeah. I'm sure it will. It'll be a whole mess of fun for all of us. I can promise you that. The fan trips, it's a whole new venture for us, but after the excitement and the fun of last year's road trips, we decided that we needed to share.
It ain't no fun if the homies can't have it.
So, we called up some friends, made some things happen, and now it's living the dream too.
And it's
also.
so cool that legally we can consume alcoholic beverages on the way because there is a partition between the drivers, so we can just hang out on the way down. This way you don't have to deal with parking. I mean, look, I literally went to in the last month and a half, I've been at every stadium that we are going to. I've been to every last one of them. You cannot park around these stadiums for less than $50. So if you were going to go to the game for literally half of the price of admission to our bus on most of these, you would have paid that in parking anyway. Not to include what you would have spent in alcohol, not to include what you would have spent in food, not to include what you would have spent in gas. We are. This is not like hey, we've got to make money. No, we just got to make sure that we pay the gas bill and pay the parking bill and all of those. That's it. We want as many people at these games as humanly possible. We met some friends along the way. We had some people show up to join us at that first kickoff game in Charlotte last year. That was one of the most fun dates we did. We had Chris Smathers and our buddy Dabo and Jared Stocks and just a whole mess of people were down there with us. And it conspired this idea in my head of we should do this every week. We should just bring people with us every week. And that kind of led into this. And thankfully, we've got great partners at Ingles Markets, Parks, Ford of Hendersonville, Appalachian Motor Coach. Clarissa sells WNC.com. She is the title sponsor on the Bills games. So we actually have access to even more tonnage, seats and things like that, because she took care of that for us. Bear's Smokehouse Barbecue that's doing all of the tailgate food for us. And then we got some other partners that we'll tell you about closer to the time. We wanted to get this out there so that people could start planning. Hey, we want to go to that Oklahoma-Tennessee game or whatever the case may be. And as we finalize dates, we will continue to announce those right here as well.
And we'll have a lot of fun on all of the trips. Is it official that we're going to have award-winning wieners at one of these?
Yes. The winner of the big wiener contest will be grilled by our friends at Ingles Markets at one of those tailgates.
There you go. And if you want to find out about it, obviously you know where to go. Cox Avenue, downtown, Bear's Smokehouse Barbecue, August the 9th. It is the big wiener party. Jeremy's going to be a celebrity judge. I am going to be on one of the teams. We have a Sportsocracy team. Jeremy named us Asheville's okayest wiener. And we have a ringer. Now, you got other, like, restaurants are all involved in this thing. And my brain power and my culinary skill, I don't believe, is enough to compete with those gentlemen or ladies. So we got a ringer. The godfather of the Sportsocracy, founding father, Patrick Holt, will be bringing the fire for our wiener, and we appreciate that. He is our chief wienerologist. The big wiener party, you don't want to miss it. Bear Smokehouse Barbecue, August the 9th, 2 to 6 p.m. Come on by and see us. We'll be there having all kinds of wienery fun. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital.
And we're clear.
Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
The 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival is brought to you by Metro. With their new lower prices, the celebration starts way before the festival. Big savings so you can focus on your favorite artist, not your phone bill. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
You know, I couldn't stop talking about it to my family and friends. My knees are my trouble spot. But for me to tell them now that I'm doing so much better, they were amazed, and I've been amazed.
QC Kinetics Cellular Therapies. Yes, it is amazing how these non-surgical treatments deliver joint pain relief for patients like Dr. Eric Williams, a successful chiropractor.
Each week, I just started noticing that I could sleep and not have pain. I could play pickleball. I could do a CrossFit exercise routine.
QC Kinetics revitalizes your joints so you can move again without the pain pills or invasive surgery.
You know, I'm 60 years old and I want to stay competitive as long as I can. And QC has allowed me to do that. They did me right and really made a difference in my life.
Book your free consultation with QC Kinetics today and experience the difference for yourself.
I like to go, move, move, move.
QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Okay, you've got to hear this. Elvis Duran caught up with Karol G about her new album, teaming up with her childhood hero Shakira, and the wild story of her jumping into the Hudson River thinking it was the ocean. Then Jay Shetty sits down with Common for a powerful conversation about healing and purpose and how he turned pain into poetry. It's real, it's raw, and it's seriously inspiring.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of commitment. Committed to you as our customers and the community that we serve. To do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
At Ingalls, we're proud to work with hundreds of local farms and businesses in the communities we call home. Not only does it ensure that you get top quality, fresh items for your family table, it's a way for us to support the amazing individuals who pour their heart and soul into delivering the very best they can do. Quality, freshness, community, it's all in the...
Oh, Jeremy, I forgot to tell you, there's photographers from New York Times Magazine coming to the studio on Monday.
Up under a new local owner to serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price.
Me and Mark.
Time Sports can customize whatever you, your team, or your local group may need with high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shops.
Looking to buy or sell in Asheville? At Clarissa Sells WNC with eXp Realty, we're proud to be the #1 real estate team in Buncombe County. Give us a call, 828-774-6343. We're here for what matters most, you.
The Sportsocracy.
That is some good, clean family fun there, eh, Cot?
It is ESPN Asheville, the Sportsocracy, back on the final Football Friday without football for a long, long time. Feels good to be here. Now, Jeremy, what I'm trying to remember. What was the other story that you told me you wanted to talk about from training camp?
We talked about the fact Justin Fields got a little boo-boo.
Well, I mean,
and everybody lost
that's
their
not
mind
a
about it.
thing. Yeah. Again, we talked about that yesterday. We got to stop using the term "carted off."
He got boo-boo, but it wasn't a serious boo-boo. Back out there running around today.
Right.
Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
Tua saying that their relationship is a, quote, work in progress. If I was a Dolphin fan, that would give me a steady pool of the angina.
A steady pool of it.
What else do you have?
Well, I mean, you got a really fast running back.
Woo.
I mean, I got another fast receiver in Jalen Waddle.
By the way, you have a fast running back that ran for 900 yards last year.
Mm-hmm.
Whoopie-doo.
Mm-hmm.
Your running back ran for 8 less yards than Baltimore's quarterback. Sweet.
But where's he going to go?
What do you mean?
I mean, if Tyreek Hill's saying he's out.
Well, no. This stems from when he said he was out. And they're trying to get the relationship back, and he's all in now. And Tua's like, well, I mean, that's fine that you say that, but you didn't say that.
Oh, he's changed his mind now.
He has.
Okay.
But I guess just having these two not on the same page, I look up and down Miami's roster and go, what exactly is it you'd say you do well? Because to me, that is just a gross 90-man roster. Your offensive line scares me to death. I just realized that Chris Oder's favorite player in the league, Jackson Carman, is a backup for the Dolphins now.
Yes.
I'm telling you, if that dude ever ends up in a pit somewhere, Chris Oder did it. He hates that guy with a fire of 1,000 suns, and I think it's hilarious. Right. I don't believe much in your line. I don't really like your weapons all of that much. I mean, just think about how much investment they had into weapons, and now you're actually legitimately counting on Nick Westbrook-Akina and Darren Waller. I mean, does that make you feel warm and fuzzy? Because it doesn't do much for me.
No, it doesn't make you feel warm and fuzzy. But that's kind of the moves that you have to make, though, when you have wide receivers that are making so much money. You've got two $30 million wide receivers, roughly. I know Jaden doesn't make that much, but he's close.
I find it funny that the Dolphins roster, to me, it looks like what a roster would have looked like from a reasonably intelligent 11-year-old playing Madden 22 about 4 years ago. Like, this is what your roster in 25 would have looked like when you got here. I just don't think it's all – I don't think there's much there.
Well, you have a secondary that is talentless outside of Minkah Fitzpatrick. You do have pass rushers. And you have 12 defensive tackles that you can rotate in and out. So, I mean, maybe that does something for you on the defensive side. But yeah, the offensive output of this team is mandatory. So if you don't have a good connection between your star wide receiver and your quarterback, you have a running back, as Jeremy said, didn't even amass 1,000 yards last year. You have another wide receiver that is coming off a pretty disappointing season. that you're paying $28 million to. And a Swiss cheese offensive line, and you're hoping that maybe you get some pop from the tight end position by a player who's been retired for a while. None of that sounds hunky-dory to me.
It all sounds pretty gross, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like Mike McDaniel has a one-way ticket out of town.
Hey, maybe he'll lift the restraining order on you.
Maybe. Maybe he'll get past that.
Well, he might need a job, so he might be working with us before it's all said and done. We welcome you, Coach. You're doing
That's
a
right,
great job.
No doubt. No doubt. Welcome to the team.
You're doing a great job banging out those YouTube thumbnails. Thanks, Coach. Good looking out, bro. Every year it's so funny to me. There are always a handful of teams that I just look at and go, "What are you supposed to be excited about?"
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever do that, or am I just weird in how I look at every team going into the year and go, I understand how the New England Patriots fans are jacked up right now.
Yes.
Even delusional Jet fans, I get it. You got Garrett Wilson locked up, you got Sauce Gardner locked up, and you got Garrett's buddy from college throwing him passes. The defense should be better. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
There are just a handful of teams that I go, what exactly would you say you're geeked about going into this year?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my list, and I want either tell me I'm wrong or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
The Miami Dolphins are my clear, far and away number one.
Okay.
I thank God every single day that I don't have to make the 2025 media guide for the Miami Dolphins because I couldn't even tell you who I'd put on the cover. You know what? I was going to go Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Chop Robinson, and we're not going to talk about the rest of the defense.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we have 3 great edge rushers and 92 defensive tackles. Let's go. I don't understand what you have to be hyped about.
Right.
I do not understand what the Indianapolis Colts have to be hyped about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how good your roster is from 3 to 53. You're still looking at Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. That's like saying, well, we found you a wife, but it's Rosie O'Donnell or Ellen DeGeneres. Which one of these do I hate more? Yikes.
I think nature made that decision for you, though.
Oh, good point.
I don't think one of those ain't on the market for you, bro.
Yeah, that's a good point you got there. I didn't think about that before I said it. Good call, Tank. I was originally going to say...
But I get what you're saying.
Originally, I was going to say Eileen Wuornos or Rosie O'Donnell because that, to me, that is an equal...
Joy Behar.
But oh God, oh God! I'd date my Labrador before it get to Joy Behar. Joy Behar said she wants to go on a date with you. Are you sure I can't just throw myself out in front of a moving train?
Sure you can. That's always
because I'd rather.
Mm-hmm. Christian Wilkins is proving that right now. You just can't. Won't.
Good for you.
Not gonna do it.
Good for you.
All right, Indianapolis is one. I get that.
The San Francisco 49ers. How are you delusional enough to tell yourself that team's good?
It happens.
Where are you better than you have been in the past and you think you're going to improve?
Mm-hmm.
Your weapons aren't as good. From running back to receiver to tight end, your weapons are not as good. Your offensive line is comical. You've lost a handful of Pro Bowlers off that defense, and your secondary is awful. I mean, is it Rob Saleh? Is that just what you're talking yourself into? Hey, Rob's back. I know he was terrible with the Jets, but he's going to be fine here.
All right, are there more?
The Dallas Cowboys would be one. I was trying to figure out what order I was going to read these in.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys are one. After you hired your coach, I mean, do you honestly mean to tell me that you think the offensive coordinator that was here last year Somehow this offense is going to get better. Oh, but Dak's back for how long? He gets hurt about every 15 weeks. So,
right. Oh, that reminds me. We missed a super chat earlier.
Oh.
It was from Sir Jimothy. Speaking of,
what was that?
I played all of these yesterday. These shouldn't be new to you.
Yeah, but you played so many of them, I can't remember them.
That's the brilliance of having so many of them. Sir Jimothy earlier put out a sizable super chat. We thank him for that. He had to bounce, though, because he says his wife is hotter than y'all, or my wife is hotter than y'all and wants to go drink beer. So I'll watch it later.
That
Don't
was
blame
not
you.
now
Good for you.
hotter than the two of us was not a high bar to. A Pomeranian could have jumped over that bar. But his wife is very attractive. I've seen her before. Sir Jimothy outkicked his coverage just like some of the rest of us did.
He says, thank y'all for everything and enjoy your weekend, both host and fans, just because how about them Cowboys and go Gators? That's a double. That's two of I don't see how you get excited for anything in football. I mean, Florida, I guess DJ Lagway you've got, but you got threat for anything? It's like I mean, that's
actually
like being a fan of the Tampa
Florida
Bay Buccaneers.
I think Florida's better than you do. I do. I think Florida's better than you do.
I don't feel like they're a serious threat to anything.
If DJ Lagway can stay upright, they are. Now, hold on. I didn't hear the last thing you said before I said that. When you say serious threat to anything, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about like winning the SEC or making a relevant bowl game. You think they're a playoff team potentially? Because I don't think I'm there with you.
This is a deeper.
I feel like they're about the 7th best team in the SEC.
All right, who's better than them?
I feel like Georgia, Texas. For sure.
Texas, I would agree. Georgia, I would agree, yeah.
LSU. Really?
I like LSU. LSU has all right, so I want to elaborate on this because I know we have a lot of LSU fans that listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I don't like LSU. I'm saying I've seen this exact build before, and it was the 2-10 Florida State Seminoles last year. Not saying LSU would do that because Brian Kelly's an exponentially better coach than Mike Norvell. I have this weird feeling that LSU is going to be about 9-3 or 8-4, and to be honest with you, that's where I think Florida's at too. Okay. So I can't say you're substantially better because you're one bad night away from being 6-6.
You're right. I would take Tennessee over Florida.
I don't think I agree with you.
Really?
Joey Aguilar.
Because of the quarterback.
Joey Aguilar is your quarterback. I watched him at Appalachian State look like the 7th best quarterback in the Sun Belt. What do you think he's going to do it in the SEC?
He wasn't that bad, was he?
He loved throwing it to the guys wearing the wrong color jersey.
Okay. Ole Miss.
I think that's close.
And probably South Carolina and Texas A&M.
Ole Miss lost a lot. I would not agree with you on Texas A&M. I would definitely agree. South Carolina was my other third guarantee.
Right.
Like, if I had to bet right now on the SEC championship game, this is going to sound strange when I say it, but I believe this.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would bet on Georgia. Well, that's not true. I will bet on the winner of Texas-Georgia against South Carolina.
Okay.
I don't think Georgia is as good as everybody else does. I think your quarterback is a joke. He showed up at SEC Media Days in like a seersucker suit, and I wanted to give him a wedgie and a swirly at the same time.
You hated Stetson Bennett too, though, so
I at least respected the game of Stetson Bennett. Like Gunnar Stockton, I watch him and go, "That's not an SEC quarterback."
Shoo, I'm gonna disagree
What, that 86 yards against Notre Dame? That really did it for you? That sends you?
Come on, man. The first two games that kid played were two of the biggest games of most people's lives.
Okay.
You can't
Do you know what
expect him to
do you know what
come
his
in
third
and-
game as the starter is? He has to go to Rocky Top and beat Tennessee's defense. Good freaking luck with that. Oh, by the way, then you have to go Alabama, Kentucky, at Auburn, at Jordan-Hare, and they haven't really played anybody up into that point, so they're going to be delusional and crazy. Ole Miss, Florida. Then you got another one with Texas. Okay. Sure. You want to bet on that? More power to you. I will not be backing you on that one. You'll be betting your own shekels on that one there, Chuckles.
Oh, 100% I will. 100% I will. I'm all in.
Yeah, I keep going back to that Gunnar Stockton game against – ooh. He came in against Texas, and yes, you did win. It didn't have the first dadgum thing to do with him.
No.
I had as much to do with that win as Gunnar Stockton did.
Mm-hmm.
And then Notre Dame embarrassed him.
He didn't have a good game. Okay.
I do love when you put lipstick on that pig. He did not have a great game.
He did not.
Yes.
I mean,
right.
he was okay.
And the stock market collapse
than
of
the
2009 was a rough outing for some stockbrokers.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, no, I don't have a whole lot of faith for Florida this year.
I like Lagway a
decent
lot.
bowl game. You can go,
sure. Gator Bowl.
You can go to.
Hey, they might be they might be the one that we see at the Duke's Mayo Bowl in Charlotte.
There you go. That'd be something, wouldn't it?
That'd be an improvement over last year.
Sure.
Hey, we beat Ole Miss. You did not mean to. You beat Ole Miss by accident.
Okay. Any others on the list for the NFL? The I can't get excited about this team list.
I mean, the very obvious ones like the New York Giants,
sure,
the Cleveland Browns, the New Orleans Saints. But even with those three, and I didn't really want to put them on this list because they all have young players that I get how you could get behind that. I get how you could get excited to see Jackson Dart. I get how you could get excited to see Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel or whoever it is. And I understand how you could be falling in love with Tyler Shuck with every glowing camp report that comes out saying that he's just throwing darts all over the place.
You did not mention the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Jaguars are probably the most delusionally hyped fan base in the NFL. I know a handful of Jaguar fans, and they are out of their minds.
Super excited for the Liam Cohen experience. Okay. Interesting. All right. That'll be one. That'll be a fan base that comes crashing down quick this year.
I agree with you.
But they're hyped up, you say. Everybody else, I feel I'm looking over the list. I can't think of another one. The Browns. I can't be excited about that. You telling me I need to be excited about Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel and Joe Falco? And who's the other?
See how you
Pickett?
could be. You haven't had a quarterback in forever. You're committed to Deshaun Massagery, and now you got somebody else.
No, you don't. I mean, you got a name.
Yeah.
You don't have, or you shouldn't have, hope. And I feel like the fact that the kid is the fourth-string quarterback and there's not been a single word come out of camp yet that, he's too low on the depth chart. I feel like that's a bad sign.
He's not worried about limited reps. That's not in my control. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. It's not in his control.
He's the only fourth-string quarterback in the NFL that gets asked a question that's not, hey, who the hell are you? That's what most of them get.
No doubt. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a circus, and you know it's in your heart it's not going to work. You have to by this point. There we go. I mean, it wasn't too long ago, and I'm sure they probably still do, where the Cleveland Browns fans were wearing the jersey with all the taped names on the back of it. Remember when they had 17 starting quarterbacks in 5 years? This isn't going to work either. You had 4 quarterbacks last year, and none of them were worth a damn. I feel like right now your best quarterback on this team is Joe Flacco, and it's not close. Number 2 is Dylan Gabriel, who I don't believe in.
Dylan Gabriel, who may or may not fit in my pocket.
Right. Kenny Pickett's your 3rd worst option. And then Shedeur Sanders, he'll make the roster only because of his name, maybe. Because the owner says he needs to make the team. And he'll look really good in the 4th quarter of those preseason games. When he's out there throwing against, as you say, Jeremy, dudes are going to be working at Home Depot next week. He's going to look awesome. He'll have an 85% completion percentage for 87 yards in a quarter and a half during the 2nd preseason game of the year. And there will be those that lose their minds. Oh, my God, see? And we'll have to come back and remind you. Yeah, but he was throwing on John Smith. It doesn't do anything for me. And I don't see how they could have hope in Cleveland. But that's just me. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be time for the most important message of the day.
ESPN Asheville.
Clee.
Your mountain weather forecast.
Bit of cloud late morning, but not seeing much.
I'm sending you a crime story.
That may be changing.
I'll tell mine first, then you tell this one, and we'll end the show with this because it's a football story.
Okay.
Some spots of gusty winds, but not really outlook for any severe weather. Tonight, a shower thunderstorm threat early for your Friday evening plans. Overnight, 68. Afternoon storms scattered around tomorrow, 90. A chance of storms in low 90s on Sunday. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stajan.
This report is sponsored by Georgia Aquarium and World of Coca-Cola. Georgia Aquarium and World of Coca-Cola have joined together to give you double the bubbles for less. Visit both to take in.
Oh, you said you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, all right.
All under one deal.
My story's
Get your
funny.
combo ticket at AtlantaIcons.com.
Diabetes,
I mean,
high
not
blood pressure,
the guy
anxiety meds,
that did
everyone's
it,
on
but-
them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225 or biglou.com.
You've got an app for music, an app for photos, maybe even one that helps you sleep. But only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket and lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets. Get the free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
Folks, I hope you're ready. Coming up next month, the best party ever to hit Cox Avenue. It's the Big Wiener Party at Bear Smokehouse Barbecue. Saturday, August 9th from 2 to 6 on the South Slope. 9 teams will compete, topping 2,700 hot dogs and only 1 Royal Wiener. Hosted by food stars The Vulgar Chef and The Food in My Beard, with local celebrity judges and comedians from the Asheville Comedy Festival, all for a good cause, supporting Link for Life's free mental health counseling for Asheville's food and beverage workers. Tickets are on sale now. In the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, we found out a lot of things about our community. We saw neighbors helping neighbors, and we learned in desperate times one of the best things to have around is a redneck with a chainsaw.
Not just a chainsaw, boy, just country boys in general. When you live in these mountains, you figure it out. Like, you make stuff happen.
After answering the calls for help that they heard on the radio, the Chainsaw Brothers are still here, making it happen the right way. Fair, insured, and local. Need tree help? Call the Chainsaw Brothers. 316-1013. 316-1013.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert, guide you every step of the way.
Do what?
Searching for your dream home, looking to sell quickly, or exploring investment opportunities, I've got the experience and the tools to get you the best deal possible.
That place has really good Kung Pao
Call
chicken.
me, Clarissa Marshall.
It's just a little hot.
74-6343. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. I'm your trusted realtor. I'm making moves and making dreams come true.
We are back in the Sportsocracy. Time for the most important message of the day.
Don't do crimes.
Uh-huh. Who's doing crimes today, Jeremy?
Sure, that Chinese restaurant that gave me that Kung Pao. It's very hot. Woo! Had the last bite of it right before that mic turned on, and whoo boy, that was a lot. My story is about 41-year-old Jarmel Jarreau Jones of Tallahassee, Florida.
Okay.
I can definitively say that on Wednesday, he had the worst day of anyone in America. I'm going to walk you through his day. He got up that morning. He got dressed, prepared to go to work. Drove to the establishment, put on his work uniform, and then was promptly arrested by Tallahassee police. Where's the worst possible place you could work and get arrested?
At a church.
That would be bad. I don't know if it would be worse than this.
A preschool.
Getting closer.
Elementary school.
A Chuck E. Cheese. He was Chucky. He got arrested in the mouse costume to the point of they had to take his head off while he was still in the cuffs.
No.
He was arrested for stealing a credit card. He was escorted outside of the establishment, where he was then frisked out in front of the business.
This has got to be staged.
It was not. So they found the debit card that was stolen from a customer during a June 28th child's party in his pocket. He was arrested on felony charges of larceny of a debit card, possession of another person's identification without consent, and allegedly using using the stolen debit card 6 times.
But how do you let this happen? Like, I don't know. I mean, the cops come in to arrest your mascot. Do I not get any I don't know, any grace here as the manager or owner or proprietor of this establishment, like
Nope.
the owner of the franchise?
Stop hiring felons.
I can't have you arrest my Chuck E. Cheese mascot in the parking lot.
Here's my
Could
question.
You please allow him to take that off before you arrest him?
Here's my question. They have 3 of the 6 charges that he racked up. Where do you think Mr. Jones used this debit card?
At the Chuck E. Cheese?
Nope.
Strip club.
That one would be a good one. And I really, in my mind, one of the other 3 is at a strip club. A meat market, a Whataburger, and a head shop.
Of course.
So he had to get his marijuanas and his hamburger.
Mm-hmm.
How do you explain that to your kid? Hey, little Johnny, you remember that birthday party we had? The mouse stole my debit card. Childhood ruined.
100%. Good Lord. Yeah. No,
I laughed. I laughed at this
just
story.
looking at the pictures of it, though. That's all I can think about.
Well, I mean, look, Chucky's been on meth for years.
Hey, we can't have this visual out in the parking lot. Could you please help us out here, Mr. Copperman?
Look, Chucky, you let your mouse get on meth. Because, look, you can't look at old Chucky and new Chucky and say Chucky has not been smoking recreational crimes. Because Chucky looks methed up.
He did. He lost some weight.
Yeah, in his face.
Took a little fluff out of it.
Looks like he's got a canker on his forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. Don't steal from kids' parents. How about that? At least 100 players in the NFL are now facing fines and possible suspension over Super Bowl tickets. So players have access to Super Bowl tickets. You get tickets from the league. You are expected to use them, and if you don't use them, you are allowed to transfer or sell the tickets, but you can't sell them for more than face value. And apparently at least 100 players in the NFL did that very thing last year. Selling their allotted tickets above face value is a violation of league policies. Now, here's the kicker. All right, so you're not allowed to sell them above face value. Jeremy, do you know the punishment for this?
You have to pay 1.5 times the face value or be suspended for a game.
Okay, wait a minute. Can we do the math on that real quick?
Yep, I can because I've already done it.
Okay, so missing a game and a game check
if you're on a minimum deal would be $25,000.
$25,000. Do we know what the face value of a ticket to the Super Bowl last year was?
$1,700 for player allotment.
$1,700.
Mm-hmm.
The fine is 1.5 times the ticket price, not what you sold it for. Because just days before the Super Bowl,
we were there.
We were doing the stories from our little bungalow, our little condo, that those tickets were going for tens of thousands of dollars. Maybe not the player tickets, but there were tickets going for tens of thousands of dollars.
So
I don't know if any of the players sold theirs for that much, but let's say you sold it for
$3,500.
$3,500. Good pull. $3,500. Okay, well, the fine for this is going to be $1,400 plus $700. I'm doing that right?
It was $1,700, but you're in the ballpark. It's less than $3,500. Let's put it that way.
Right. I'm like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. The punishment is, $25,000 for a league minimum player.
Mm-hmm.
But the fine is $3,000.
So I made $3,500. The fine is $2,500. I still came out $1,000 to the good. I'll see you boys next year.
Right.
That's how I read it. But now there were a few team employees and players that worked with ticket bundlers on secondary sites. They could face more significant punishment.
Aha.
Don't do crimes.
Yeah, don't do that. You should. They clearly tell you. Well, they probably give you a piece of paper, or it comes in your email as a player that will say, the real fine print at the bottom. You cannot sell this ticket. It is against NFL rules, blah, blah, blah. That legal language has to be submitted to the players when they get their tickets. I would think so. They usually cover all their bases in the NFL. But they probably didn't read it, just like I don't read my emails. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. Back with you on Monday. Everybody enjoy your weekend, and we will be just 4 days away from actual NFL football when we see you Monday at noon.
ESPN Asheville. Your mountain.
And we're clear.
Bit of cloud showing up this morning, but not seeing much, if anything, in the way of precipitation. That may be changing as we get into the afternoon. Likely showers, thunderstorms. Heads up, could be some downpours in some spots and gusty winds, but not really outlook for any severe weather. Tonight, a shower thunderstorm threat early for your Friday evening plans. Overnight, 68. Afternoon storms scattered around tomorrow, 90. A chance of storms in low 90s on Sunday. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stage.
This report is sponsored by
right, now,
Georgia Aquarium and World
that
of
we're not on
Coca-Cola.
radio,
Georgia
you can
Aquarium
read,
and World of
Gary's
Coca-Cola
super
have
chat.
joined together to give you double the bubbles for less. Visit both to take in the manta rays, then taste some rare sips. There's worlds to see, all under one deal. Get your combo ticket at AtlantaIcons.com.
Once you're $1,000 richer after you win bonus bucks, you'll have to decide on whether you'll tell everybody or keep it to yourself. The winning happens every weekday, right here.
Win $1,000
I
on
fact-checked
ESPN
it. It's
Asheville.
actually
Is your
true.
Oh, the Mike Hunt.
Yep.
Crumbling.
Yeah.
The largest truck outfitters in the Southeast supercharges your
Talk
That was
about
an actual-
the tragic career
accessories,
of
top
Mike
quality
Hunt.
trailers, and
Second
shed-
round pick of the Packers in
With over 100
1978.
locations and years of experience.
Mike
Visit
Hunt was knocked out
LeonardUSA.com.
due to multiple concussions.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking
Which is
Allstate
actually true.
first.
Hold it.
Like you
Just pounded.
instructions first.
Hold it.
Before building the bookcase.
And done. Whew. You can let go.
I would have said that the wrong way
Yeah,
and been
checking
fired
first is smart.
immediately.
So check
100%.
save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Oh, now that I don't have to go to a concert
This is the
tonight,
story of the
I'm
one.
gonna take a nap.
As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Martin Luther King III.
And I'm Andrea Waters King. Summer isn't just for fun, it's for having fun while making a difference.
Realize the Dream is our national call for 100 million hours of service by my father's 100th birthday, and we need you.
Volunteer at a food bank, organize a community project, or simply help a neighbor.
Visit realizethedream.org or listen to my Legacy podcast on iHeartRadio for inspiration, and let's make this summer unforgettable.
From the Ingalls studio, WPEK Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, W225CJ Candler, the #1 preset in your car, and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.